What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the TheDarkNest Podcast. I'm your host, TDN Horror Stories. As always, I am joined with my lovely co-host as the Raven Dreams. And
Hello.
This week, I'm so excited. Sorry. Okay. So, this week, with our guest, we have somebody who I think I've known for at least over a year at this point. I've watched profusely. I've overwatched his videos at this point, the same ones over and over again, and I just can't get enough of this guy. He is super talented. His quality in his videos is unmatched. Honestly, when I think of gaming videos, I just can't really find any other videos that I really enjoy as much as I enjoy his. So please give a warm welcome to my good friend Voodoolew. How are you doing?
Hello there. I'm alright. How are you two?
I am fucking excited.
Doing great, man.
To be
Doing
fair,
great.
I think you're the only person that's ever been excited about me being anywhere, so that's good.
Well, all right. So, let me talk about how I first found out about you, because it's honestly,
Please do, because I can't remember when we started.
I remember. I don't honestly remember how we started talking. I think I might have messaged you on Twitter, and that's how it kind of got into the whole groove. I think I recommended Simulacrum to you, and then
you did Simulacrum. You did.
Yeah, that's what it was called. And then you played it, and from there, I think it was just like a constant like thing, like, hey, can you just play this, or like, wow, this is so good. But I remember how it started. So
you do good, because I've always wondered what video it was that led you to message.
So
if you know
this
what I mean.
was the road that got to you had nothing to do with you. So when
Of course.
because why would it? So what happened was I had my friend Ryan, who had played this game, which you played, called Magunshi, and
yes.
so he asked me, because there was no voice acting in the game, if we would do like a weird little collaboration, because he knew I narrated stuff, if I were to narrate the notes that you would find in the game. Yeah. And I did it. So we then sent it in to the actual, I think he sent the link to the guy who made it, who I now know as Caleb. We're working on the second game. I'm the main character, which that's a whole nother crazy thing. So we sent it into him, and Caleb completely disregards Ryan's attempt at sending in something to the developer, and it's his video, and the developer's like, wow, nice video, but who's your friend?
Jeez.
Yeah, just completely sideswipes him. I felt so bad. And so he was like, can you get me in contact with him? And so Ryan has to string together two people that the other guy wants nothing to do with. So he has to be the middleman. I felt so fucking bad. And so he gets in touch with me, and I voice a bunch of demon stuff for the DLC for the first game. So I started looking up. So I think like a month goes by, and he says he released it. So I wanted to see if anybody actually played the DLC. No one did. No one played.
Of course.
But I was looking through people who played the original one, and I was scrolling through, and I went through a bunch, and they were all really shit. And then I stumbled onto yours. Funny enough, your accent at that point threw me off. I thought you were speaking in a different language. Like,
yeah, that's the Birmingham accent for you, mate.
Yeah, so I thought you were speaking like Swedish or some shit, because I think you freaked out at something, and you weren't speaking anything that was actually like I couldn't understand what you were saying. So I thought you were speaking in a different language. And I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like I go on Twitter, I'm swiping through my phone, and I start realizing that you are speaking English. You just got spooked. So I start watching it. I'm watching it. And then 15 minutes go by and the video's over, and I'm like, holy shit, that was really fucking funny. Like, you made a game that had no fucking content, no content
as well.
That's the funny part, is that game was so buggy, there was basically no content in it, and somehow you made a whole video off of it that I was able to be entertained by for 15 minutes. So at that
You
point,
just gotta chat shit and get on with it, I guess.
I
Yeah.
can't do that. I can't even look at myself trying to fucking play a game and be like, look at like I
you never
hate
look
it.
at the other screen when you're going. Like, nah,
no, it's not even
you
that.
can't
Like
do that.
editing afterwards, I couldn't do it.
Oof.
I couldn't do
It's
it.
tough, yeah.
I couldn't.
It's a
do it.
hurdle.
Look
you
at
have
this
to overcome
dipshit
over
trying to
time.
think he's funny. Like,
That you have no idea how many shit jokes I cut out of my videos. Like it's infinite.
oh man. But yeah, like ever since then, it's just been like you've gotten better at what you're doing. I feel like you've
Definitely.
got,
Back then, I was fucking
Yeah.
terrible as well.
and I
So,
think you
like,
got. I feel more passion. I feel like there's more of like a drive. I don't know where the drive comes from, but
I think it's
there is a drive there.
comfort from doing it so many times. You know what I mean? Once you do something so many times, you get used to it. You're like,
Right.
I can make this better, and then blah blah blah. Blah.
So when you sit down to record a video, because this is different for me and Raven, because it's a completely different process. We narrate stuff. We have to look for stories. We sit down and we record audio. So what is your process for like finding a game and like sitting down and recording it, and like what sits you down and makes you even want to do that?
I don't know what makes me want to do it really, but just the fact that I think you need to keep going at something for it to get better and possibly become something. But I feel like you looking for stories and me looking for games is pretty similar, except I do all of my hunting on Itch.io, basically.
Oh my god, and that is honestly, you're right. There's a lot of similarities, because just like fucking Let's Not Meet and Reddit itself, Itch.io is a fucking mess.
Yes.
It's such a minefield, man. Like you have no idea how many videos I've started with a game and had to stop and then just stop everything and find a different game because it's just trash, you know?
Yeah,
I believe that.
I remember trying to
Because
do that.
I guess with stories, you can at least read the story first, but with games, you just have to play it. So you get like 10 minutes in, you're like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah,
what am I
but
doing?
not the way
need
I
to
do
find a
it.
different game.
I don't rehearse my stories, so I read the beginning and
Well,
the
that's
end.
craziness.
Well, I don't do it.
I'm the
Fair
same
play
way.
though. That's good. That's good.
Well,
That's a good way to do it, actually.
The way I do it is it can fuck you over, and it has a lot. But the way I do it is if I read the beginning and the end, and usually if the end and the beginning is good, then I think they can make a middle. That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
So what I do is I read through, and as I'm reading, I'm getting scared a lot, the exact same
I know what
as
you
the
mean.
person
Yeah, that's
listening.
good.
At the
That's
exact
good,
same
yeah.
points that they're getting scared, I'm getting scared just as much as they are. There's no difference. So it
your
actually
voice
helps
changes
with
to
my
reflect
voice.
it.
Yeah, I can actually start trembling because I'm getting nervous,
Right.
Yeah.
and it makes for
That's
a better
good, yeah, that's a good
better
idea.
audio. But there's times where I read like 95% of the way through a story. I get towards the end where it was really good and realize I made the biggest fucking mistake.
I know exactly how you feel. Yeah.
Yeah. It was, oh my god, it happened the other day, and lately I don't know what it is, and this is a very, very sensitive topic, so I'm gonna try to just like glaze over it, but
Glaze away, baby.
yeah, there's been a lot of things. I was talking about this with Raven on another podcast, but for some reason people have been obsessed with talking about children in stories lately.
Oh God, really?
Yeah, and it's been happening a lot lately, and they don't even like really like tell you in the title or even in like the bulk of the story that this is what's going
There's just
on.
no warning whatsoever.
There's no warning, and then it smacks you in the face halfway through, and you read like 85%, realizing this is a person just groping a child. Like, and you had no fucking idea until the end. Like,
Oh my
I got
God.
sent
I
3
would
stories
never have
last
thought that was
week.
a pitfall you could fall down.
Yeah, I got 3 stories sent to me last fucking week where they tried to like. I was telling Raven about this one. I got sent like months ago, and apparently I think he got sent the same one.
Yeah, of course.
So
Sending it to everyone.
yeah. So what it was is that instead of COVID is like 6 feet apart, you have to. This one is there's a disease in this no sleep where you have to be as close as you possibly can.
Right. I can see where this is going.
So apparently her teenage daughter got groped on the way home, and she couldn't do anything about it because that's what's supposed to happen. And I'm like, oh my god, oh my god.
That's a special level.
Yeah, it's really gross, and it's becoming very apparent on Reddit, and it's disgusting. it's like ever since this shit on Netflix has been coming out, and like it's been coming out like all over
that
Twitter
fucking
about all
thing,
like the child, like the what are they called, pedophiles? I couldn't think of the word. Pedophiles being just there's I don't know if you know this.
Cuties or whatever that
Yes,
fucking show's called.
they're highly under fire right now. And ever since pedophiles have becoming more like prominent, like on the social media standpoint, where they're trying to make it seem like they're LGBTQ or whatever.
Yeah, I think the word you're looking for is vocal, not prominent, because they've always been there.
Right. But I'm saying on social media, they've never really had a voice, and I have no fucking idea who gave them the voice. But
themselves, probably. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's the same thing of like my grandmother's terrified of like ever going in like open bodies of water because of like the bacteria and like the shit that's in there that can make you really sick.
I thought you were going to say sharks, but then you just say bacteria. I was like, okay, that came out of
She doesn't want to get sick. And she's like, yeah, it's been getting worse over the past 30 years. I'm like, I don't know if it's getting worse or you're just reading an article that wouldn't have existed 30 years ago because it's on Facebook.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like anything that you see now is different. Like it like, hey, this thing happened in the 80s. It's been getting so much worse since then. No, that's because since the 80s, the internet has become a thing, and now everybody can be like, "Oh, fuck you! I don't know what you're talking about."
Cancel culture has dominated everything, and now everyone's just saying whatever the fuck they want. Crazy.
So, I don't know why, but I really would like to see a timeline of what it looked like to you, where you first started. How long have you been doing this?
The channel that I have at the moment is 5 years old, but when I made it, I wasn't uploading straight away, but I did have a channel before this under the same name. Now, travel back with me to a time when you didn't have requirements to be monetized. So what I did was I got a auto refresh extension, and I was auto refreshing my own videos to try and get more views. And do you remember when they used to do the thing where it was like if you hit 320 views, it would be 320 plus, and then they had to
was it 320 or 310?
Authentic? Oh, something around that.
I think it was like 310
region.
Yeah, it was like 310.
But they had to make sure there were authentic views if you got a certain
308. It was 308.
Yeah, it was a very odd number. I remember that. But like, I was sort of 308 plus, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was like, that's not cool because they're going to look into it. See, I've got the same
when
IP
you got
address
capped at 308, you knew some shit was going to happen to your videos.
And, yeah, so they basically blocked monetization on the channel for good. And I was like, oh, okay, fuck that. So I deleted that channel and made a new channel. But I was like, this time, I swear I'll be a good boy. So I went into it, made a couple of videos here and there, like random indie horror videos that were terribly edited. The commentary was terrible, and then it just went from there really. But there was periods where I took big gap, so it wasn't until about 2017, mid 2017.
I tried to go back as far as I could, like to watch like your earlier stuff, and
they've been made private, my friend.
Yeah, and I think as far as I got, don't even remember.
Now, there's a whole Five Nights at Freddy's 2 play that's unlisted on my channel.
I think I got as far as Resident Evil 2 Source. I think that's far
that's
far
not
back.
Even that old.
Yeah, I think, or like the first video that you did of it.
There's like, I think the first video there's an indie horror game. I can't remember what it's called. Hold on, let's see if I can find. It's called The Mask something. Mask, blah blah. Mask. Screaming Face or something like that. I can't remember. See if we can.
So
there we go. The mask reveals disgusting face.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I am a wimp. Brackets PC game / PC gameplay is the first video on my channel, which was June 23rd, 2015.
And you're probably just sitting there as the views are not going up, and you're like, I don't understand.
It's now sitting at 27 solid views, man. So.
Whoa. Bro, slow the fuck down.
No comments and 2 likes, and I have a suspicious feeling one of them is you that stumbled across it and has forgotten since.
Listen, there was a day, I'm not going to fucking lie to you. There was a Saturday that I was off work, and I was like, I'm just going to lay in bed and watch videos all day. So I remember waking up at like, I don't know, like 11 or 12 or something like that.
That's a good Saturday.
And I just laid there, just fucking eat chips, drink soda, whatever. That's what I was doing all day today. Like,
I was gonna say that's a Sunday for you, bro.
That's a good day.
That's just what I do. Like if I work full time.
That's a good everyday, my friend.
Yeah, if I work full time and then I have like 2 days off, it's really hard for me to be like, I gotta get up and do a podcast.
Fuck that. No offense.
Yeah, it really sucks. It really fucks.
If I was in control of a podcast, it would not be happening.
Yeah, I honestly, if Raven wasn't here and it was just me, it probably wouldn't happen.
Yeah, considering you were playing Assassin's Creed like right up to the end today, like literally, like for me, like it was like 7:48 or something, which is like 12 minutes before we're supposed to start. I'm just playing Assassin's Creed Unity, bro. Yeah, no problem.
Bro, I come in on the dot usually. Like I usually come in like whatever like the 10 minutes before is. I'm usually like on the dot there. If not, it's like 5 minutes before or something like that. I think one of the times.
A professional.
I don't need that much time. Sound checks takes like 25 seconds. Like that's
but you used to be able to like get in here 15 minutes early, and now you're like, I'll show up in 2 minutes.
It's getting comfortable now. It's getting comfortable.
Yeah. I mean, if there was more structure, maybe I would be. But like, I'm the one who makes the structure, so there's no one to tell me I can't.
That's the problem. You're in charge.
Yeah,
there's
no one to tell me I can't do it.
It'd be game over if I was.
But there was a day that I do remember. It was about probably like 3 months ago, actually.
Oh God!
Yeah,
it's recent. I thought you were going to be like, 2 years ago or so.
I haven't been watching it for 2 years.
I'm not keeping track of your viewing habits. It
was like over a year ago, I think.
You think I can remember when I played Magunche? I cannot remember when I played
Magunche. It's over a year. I feel like it's over a year.
I mean, if you hadn't have reminded me, I wouldn't have remembered I played it at all.
I don't blame you because it wasn't great.
I have a terrible memory.
This is coming from someone who's voicing in the second game. I shouldn't be saying that, but I think anybody, even the developer, can agree it wasn't his best work. I think we talked about it, that he wasn't in the right headspace to really finish it. So there was a day where I laid there and I probably watched about 6 hours worth of your videos.
Well, at least someone's doing it. Thank you.
I did. I went to this day. My favorite, besides the Penumbra stuff that you've done, and I don't think you understand how much that gave me happiness, because I came home from work and you had played Black Plague, and I had such a shit day at work, and I knew
that was your favorite,
and I just laid there, and I was just like, I don't want to go in tomorrow, and I turned on my TV, I opened up YouTube, and it's like, and I got a notification on my phone. It's like, Voodoolew posted on Patreon Black Plague, and I'm like, no. Just heavy breathing.
I cut out so little for you on that one as well,
bro, and I love that because that game deserves like at least
the story in that one is good.
It's so much better than Overture. I understand why you cut out so much of Overture, because Overture, I've only ever finished it once. I didn't remember any of that game. Like when you played it, it was basically new to me, because I probably prefer Requiem over Overture, and I don't even like Requiem. Like. I hate Requiem. I think it's dumb.
To be fair, Black Plague is the crown.
It is. It 100%. Yeah. That was frictional at its prime at that point. And they even said, they were like, Requiem was an extra that they were working on and decided to rush it because they were working on Amnesia.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be like top tier.
Because I think
it was fun.
Requiem came out in 2009. Amnesia came out in 2010. So they were already working on Amnesia.
So it was like a side project.
Yeah, it was like, here's something until we finished Amnesia, and then Amnesia came out. Yeah, but think about this. They released one of the worst games they've ever made, Requiem.
While they're making another one.
While they're making one of the best games that defined horror for the next 10 years.
Honestly, actually, it's funny you mention it, because I played through it a couple of days ago, and it's honestly one of the best horror games.
Yeah. I mean, I prefer Soma over all of them, because I just don't... I love...
you mentioned that as well. Because I recently saw that they said Rebirth, Amnesia Rebirth,
is made in the
storytelling of Soma with the action of Amnesia.
Yeah, it's made in the HPL Engine 3, which is what Soma was made in. So it's going to feel like the Soma, like smoothness and like everything, like physics, because they polished so much that they got wrong with Amnesia in Soma, and I think that's why I love it so much. Definitely. The physics engine and the smoothness and just like the overall storytelling, it just felt a lot more straightforward. Amnesia, there was a lot of
The
points.
story in Soma is very.
It's fucking awesome. I don't understand why.
I mean,
there's
no
not,
spoilers, but it's
there's
very
not. I don't
good.
understand why there's not like a fucking like an uproar as to why they haven't made that prior. Like, I don't.
It's crazy. It's such a good story. Like, I won't say anything for spoilers, but it's one of the best sort of sad stories I've ever seen.
Oh, it's definitely
You know what I mean?
sad. Yeah, it fucks with
It's
you hard.
very sad, but it's also happy at the same time. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, it depends on how you look at it.
Well, because it goes two ways, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Automatically.
Yeah, it does.
So,
It does.
I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
but
you're forced to know both perspectives,
you're forced to know both.
and I
ways,
thank God
yeah,
they
that's
show
what
you
makes it
one
so
of
good.
the better perspective at the end because it just kind of makes you forget about the other
Oh
one.
my God, the other one's so sad.
Oh my God,
But, yeah.
bro, it's so sad. Oh,
But
my God.
apparently, Rebirth is going to have the same sort of storytelling that Soma had. Very.
There's a lot of games coming out soon that I keep saying like, oh, I don't think I've ever been this excited for a game. Like Miles Morales, I'm super excited for that. I don't think I've ever been this excited for a game. Resident Evil 8, I don't think I've ever been this excited for a fucking game.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm so fucking excited for that game. And the same thing with Amnesia Rebirth. It's like I think about it and I shake a little bit. Like I've been waiting for another it's been 5 years since we've had any frictional game titles. So
Is that when Soma came out? 5 years ago?
2015.
Fuck.
Wow.
When I set up this channel, what?
Yeah. 2015 is when
God.
Soma came out, and they've been working on 2 games ever since. So not only are we getting Rebirth, we're probably getting a completely new thing.
Hey.
What if they go back to Penumbra?
Well, I was thinking they could do a prequel where you play as Red. That'd be.
That would be pretty cool if you played as Red, or you played it as his dad, Howard.
Oh, or as his dad, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, we know how that ends, though. But you know
True.
how Red dies, but
True, but there is
you
games.
find his dad in a cupboard, don't you?
You find him in the
That's
library.
exciting.
Yeah, that's so fucked up. And then
How did he get in there? I don't know, but
he locked himself in there, and then fucking Clarence is just like, oh, fuck. I love it.
that is a good moment, though. That was
Yeah.
pretty funny in
Clarence
a
is
sad
such a
way.
fucking
Yeah.
asshole. Makes you kill his fucking. I'm spoiling a game that's like 13 years old at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure Black Plague were cool to say here and there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you haven't played it by now, like, what are you doing with your life?
Yeah, it's really good. If you like horror
A
games,
podcast on Sundays with Dark, unfortunately.
that's true.
You asked what I was doing with my life, just saying.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Anything else to do with me?
there's still 6 other days of a week, but you know, you could squeeze in a
Not-
bit of Black Plague.
Yeah,
here and
not
there.
with his fucking YouTube upload schedule.
Well,
He
so
just
I'm not big on the.
he goes
the
hardcore.
narration scene.
He
but,
goes.
you know.
Raven is one of the most hardworking narrators I've met. So
Well, thank you. I didn't mean to cut that out. Sorry. It was just you asked. So
What's your upload schedule while we're on the
daily.
topic? Oh, fuck the bed.
and
Fuck the bed. I've never said that in my
what
life.
the, I was like, is that
I
a
was
British
so
saying,
surprised.
or
was so
I feel like you
surprised.
made that up?
It's actually
kinda like
shit
that.
the bed is the very
Yeah, I was
common
like,
English expression.
fuck the bed is
But-
that? Well, I've said
But
shit
I
the bed
was so
before, but
surprised.
like I was
I was so
confused. I'm like, are we
surprised.
so that like far detached from each other culturally that
Yeah,
fuck
we've
the
moved
bed
on
is
to
something
fucking it
I've
now.
never-
We've gone past shitting it. We're fucking it.
It's not enough to shit
That's
your
where we
bed,
are.
but
That's where we are.
it's
But
not
that's how
enough to
shocked I was at a daily upload schedule. It's just
Fuck
it's
the bed.
insane.
No, you're not even. He's just scratching the surface. He has fucking spreadsheets.
I do.
You need to stay organized. It's actually true.
Well, he had a
You need to
job
write
that-
a list of what you do in each day, otherwise you're going to fall off.
His previous job pertained to making
Yeah, I
spreadsheets,
was-
so it was just a daily thing.
Governance risk compliance. I had to. This is boring. Thanks. Um,
Goodness me.
I had to track vulnerabilities for websites, so I'm a bit of a spreadsheet king, and I'm not going to lie on that one.
Whatever keeps you organized, bro.
It
It
does.
looks
I
weird
mean-
at first, but
I
then you
love a
realize,
good
like,
list,
hey,
mate. I
you
love
can
a good list.
you can say like he's like a dipshit for doing it all you want, but his upload schedule is consistent.
Begs to differ. Yeah. His
Yeah.
upload schedule begs to differ.
I mean, just look at
Proof
me
is in the
without
pudding,
one.
baby. Yeah,
I
I
just-
try and do like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and recently I've fucked that right up the wall.
I was doing
It's
every
gone.
3 days before my full-time job, and then as soon as my full-time job hit, I was good for maybe the first week, And then the second week comes along, and I'm like, I'll record it as soon as I get home. And then as soon as I get home,
not gonna lie,
I don't even remember waking up.
It's actually Amnesia's fault that this has happened to me, because I played Amnesia the Dark Descent, recorded it. It took me 5 hours to do it.
Jesus.
Edited it down into one
Yeah,
video.
you were
which
saying
was about
that.
an hour and a half. And then when I tried
In
to
the
export
video.
it was saying it was going to take 200 hours to export.
Yeah, you were saying that in.
And I was like, whoa. Maybe it's just being silly. Once it hits like 10%, it will go back to its actual real time. No, hit 10%, it was like 199 hours. I was like, okay, this isn't good. So I had to scour the forums and the chat rooms or whatever the hell. And then eventually I came to the conclusion that, I'm just going to have to do it again. So I had to re-edit it all again. And I finished it. That was like about 4 days ago. And I finished re-editing it 3 hours before we did this.
Jesus, man.
And at the same time, I was originally editing Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, the original version, because I played through that recently.
Oh.
So I had to do that.
So
and
you're
then do
uploading
Amnesia
that soon?
again. That should be up tomorrow.
Amnesia or Resident
And
Evil?
I wanted to Resident Evil. I wanted to get Amnesia out before Rebirth dropped, but I think I'm gonna have to drop it on the same day, which is weird. But
well, you said
Tuesday.
you weren't going to be able to afford Rebirth until like your next paycheck anyway, so it
Fuck
wouldn't...
me, you creeping on my Twitter? I said that like 20 minutes before we started, man. I thought you were playing Unity. What? Wait.
Yeah, dude. Well, I tell you, I keep up on all your shit.
Yeah, it's true.
I keep up on all your shit.
Yeah. So it'll probably be about 8 days late to that.
I remember the fucking video you said that in. It was however you say it, Eurona or whatever.
The free random.
Is it Eurona? I'm pretty sure it's. Is it? Is it not? Did I get that wrong?
It could have been Eurona, actually.
No!
I think I said it in 2. So yeah. No, you're cool. You're cool.
I'm pretty sure you did.
Yeah. To be fair, I believe you more than me. To be honest with you. I say so much shit when I'm recording videos. I cut out so much waffle. You have no idea.
Well,
10 minutes.
The one thing I'm very upset about.
I will waffle so much in a video while I'm recording it. I will look at the camera and say, "Cut that out, editing me," because it's just like so much waffle going on.
Hey, editing
it's
me.
Like, no
this
one
is
wants
recording
to hear
me. Please cut that out.
You have to say that sometimes because otherwise I'll forget. I'm very forgetful.
Like, there's one thing that I'm really annoyed about is that you don't drink Pepsi in your videos anymore, and I'm very upset.
I drink all sorts of shit, but
in your fucking
an American red cup now. Yeah.
No, I saw your Voodoolew mug. Don't fucking front. I saw
when
that
it's
shit.
When it's the Voodoolew mug, it is coffee. But if it's the red cup, it could be anything. It could be alcohol. It could be anything. That's why it's in a red cup, so you can't see what it is.
Oh my!
It could be an energy drink. It could be.
Wait,
a whiskey.
so are you saying your fucking Voodoolew mug is see-through?
No, but that's always coffee when it's in a mug because I put it in the coffee machine. And I'm not going to put a plastic cup in a coffee machine.
I mean, you could.
That could lead to all sorts.
I mean, you could. I mean, I drink anything out of mugs. I don't care.
Yeah, but
if it's a clean cup in the fucking cupboard, I don't give a shit.
If it's got boiling water going into it, we might have some.
That makes sense.
We might have some extra effects going on that I wasn't prepared for.
Yeah.
So if it's a cold, fizzy,
I'll put coffee in a bowl.
energy / alcoholic drink. Like honestly, sometimes I'm drinking like a double whiskey and coke when I'm recording because I just need to get through the day. You know, like I'm making videos like on the reg and they're getting like 2 views. So
I put my fucking coffee in a sippy cup, bro.
Power through, man. You need to power through.
I mean, honestly, yeah, like what you're saying. There's been a lot of people that I knew personally who did gaming videos, and I did gaming videos, and that's how I met them. There's never been a single person I knew personally that I know of that would sit there and try to fucking edit for 5 hours, and then
5 hours
fuck it,
footage,
and then
so
it's
it's
done, and
minimum
then
5
it
hours.
dies,
Yeah.
it corrupts, and it fucks up, and you were just like, I guess I gotta do it again. Like it
wasn't the easiest decision I've ever
I don't even do
made,
that for my shit, and there's not even that much editing involved.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like, I just quite enjoy making videos because I play games anyway, but I'm quite creative. Like, I went to university to do music. I like to make music as well. So I'm quite a creative being.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I can play a game and make a video at the same time. I might as well. The editing is just like an extra.
Are you ever like sitting there and like playing a game that you got for your like spare time and you're like, I should be recording this right now? Is there ever that like random thought in your like head when you're like, there's a lot of fun going on, I should be?
I did back about like, I don't know, like a year ago, and that's when I was like, right, if I ever play a game again, I'm just gonna record it just in case. So like I never play games casually anymore. The last one I did that with was Hades, because that's like a roguelike. So
right. Yeah, I know about it.
That could be like fucking 700 episodes. I'm not going down that road. So but like when it comes to like playing indie horror games or even big horror games, I would be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna make a video on it while I'm doing it. If it doesn't work out, like Crash Bandicoot 4, for example, I made 3 videos on that recording. I edited one, and then I was like, you know what, fuck the 2, I can't be arsed. I've done one, I'm just gonna play it in my spare time. I started off with it in that vein, but it's not good. So I start off all the time like recording whenever I'm playing anything. Yeah. But if it doesn't become anything, then that's better to deal with than being halfway through a game and being like, I should have recorded this, damn.
So I'm gonna say one of my favorite recent. I'm gonna say a couple of my favorites of yours that I really enjoy and I keep going back to.
Okay.
But I want to know afterwards. I want to know what you consider your favorite video or game that you've ever recorded. So obviously Penumbra Black Plague is going to be on there, obviously,
of course.
Simulacra, because I recommended it to you and you actually said yes and had it out within like the first week, and I was really fucking impressed because nobody ever.
You can see I didn't have a lot going on at that time. Yeah.
I just felt very appreciative of it and I thought it was really good. The Dread X2 collection.
That was a good.
Fucking loved that video so much.
That took a long time.
I know it did because I could tell. You could see your face was getting more and more
you
like.
You could see me getting wearier and wearier as things go on.
Yeah.
that honestly, that took me about 9 hours to finish recording, and then I had to edit that all. So it's like 9 hours minimum edit time.
And my all-time favorite is not Black Plague, but it is Lost in Vivo.
I know you love that.
I don't know why, but I fucking love.
The funny thing is, you can see in one of those episodes that I have a shitty man-made curtain behind me, and you can see the holes in the green screen. Like it's so badly made.
Yeah,
that was so long ago.
But I absolutely fucking loved it. I remember watching all of the parts at like 4:00 in the morning, just consecutively. And then I messaged you. I'm like, I loved it so much. Thank you. And I'm going to go to bed because I haven't slept in 13 hours.
If anyone listening to this plays indie horror games, Lost in Vivo is one of them. It's top tier.
It's really good. It's really fucking weird. Let's just say that.
If
you like Silent Hill, you'll like Lost in Vivo.
It's very, very Silent Hill.
Yeah, definitely. It's super Silent Hill.
But the enemies come for the walls. Be warned for that.
Yeah, they just
fucking
appear.
Jaunt on in. They don't care.
Yeah, they just fucking appear. But what's in your opinion, what was your favorite video that you ever made?
The one that springs to mind every time no one asked me this question, but I asked myself.
When I'm sitting in my room and I'm like, what's my favorite video?
Pops into my head, like, because it does. Like, you must have that feeling too when you look back at all of the narrations you have ever done.
Yeah.
You're like, I wonder what the favorite, I wonder what story I told best. That's like,
honestly, I don't even know.
maybe in this one video, my voice sounded really good, or emotion sounded really good in the voice, that sort of thing.
Honestly, I don't even know.
When it comes to gameplay, it's a bit different. It's like, which video had the most energy? Which video, came across the best? So the editing's that sort of. So for me, there's 2, and it's the same game but slightly different. So number 1 is Resident Evil 2. In the nostalgia.
Oh my god, wait. I just fucking forgot about the Resident Evil 2 remake. I came home from work waiting for those episodes. Like
the one where I play as Leon and I go to the lab. Yeah. That's my favorite episode. Yeah. Because I was like, I don't know if I drunk a lot of coffee or something, but I was extremely full of energy. It was just so
fucking fun to watch.
And I was like screaming my head off.
I remember messaging you and being like, when are you putting out the next part? Like, I really need to watch it.
So the nostalgia series Resident Evil 2 and the lab episode of Leon's playthrough of Resident Evil 2 2 favorite. And actually, the nostalgia series is going to end soon as well. The last episode is being edited right now. Yeah, which I started like a year and a half ago, not really thinking it would come any. Yeah.
So,
But I'm not going to stop doing videos like that. The one after the next episode of the Nostalgia series is Luigi's Mansion, where I do it all in one.
ooh.
So, because I fucking love that game. But I forgot to include it in the list. So I was just like, all right, then fuck the list. We're just going to start playing.
Now, if anybody has never watched Lou's stuff, you're missing out. First, second, if you have and you haven't watched his Nostalgia series, there is a sense of quality there that you're not going to really expect. Like the intro itself, it just feels so properly curated. Like
I made that all like on a complete whim as well. Like I made
love it.
all of the intros at the same time before I even played any of the games. I mean, obviously I played them before, but
Right.
I was like, yeah, I just wrote a list of every game that I'd ever loved in my life. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to play for every single one of them in one episode. That'll make sense. And then I did all of the Genesis and I did all of the SNES, and that was fine. But then when I hit the PS1, I was like, fuck me. These games are getting quite long now.
Yeah.
And then when I hit Final Fantasy VII, I was like, fuck. It's like a 4-hour long video. I was like, shit. But by that point, I'd learned so much about editing and like cutting stuff out and what to keep interesting, what to keep in, that I think Final Fantasy VII was the video that like really was the pinnacle
Right.
of my editing, like cutting out whatever you don't need whilst keeping the story included. To make a 30-hour playthrough into a 4-hour video was quite
I think
quite a challenge.
the best part about all of your videos consecutively, at least like in the past like maybe 6 months or so, is something I've noticed watching them, is that the leveling of the audio is just damn near perfect every time. It's
presets that
it's consistent
I use
every.
all
I'm
the-
saying it's consistent every time, and it's nice to hear that, because I'll be watching your videos at 2 a.m, and I thank God that I can just listen to one other video of somebody else's and go onto yours, and it's the exact same level. So it's not like you raped the fuck out of me when you're like, "What's good, YouTube?"
Yeah, oh, my intro. Yeah,
Yeah.
damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like what I do is in the master channel of the audio in Premiere, I will bring that down by 3 decibels. So it will definitely never clip. So that's
It's
tip for
really
anyone
nice.
if you are curious.
I'm always expecting like I just hope it's like nice and leveled. I legit, like, before I hit your video, I'm just like, I'm waiting for it, and you do it, and it's perfect, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
and there's like a certain satisfaction when that happens, and you're just like, okay, I could just enjoy it. I don't gotta pick up the remote. I'm good.
To be fair, I'm probably getting the rest of the audio ready when I go wask
Yeah.
with that loud ass intro for some
Oh
reason.
my
It's like
god, I fucking
Dashy Games level of fucking screaming.
I fucking love that thing. I'm gonna be really like stupid and like sappy for a sec. I do it along with you. Every
What's
time.
good?
Every fucking
Because to be fair, you know when I used to say like "let's go" at the
Let's
end
go.
of the intro, right? It wasn't until you pointed out to me that I do that in every video
Yeah.
that I was like, shit, I should definitely keep that in every video. But after you mentioned it to me, I released a video that didn't have it in it. So what I did instead was I used a Mario sound sample of him going, let's go. Instead, to try and just
Nice.
fill the void, because I was like, I know who'll be waiting for it, and I didn't say it, so I need to put something.
You can ask my girlfriend. We watched one of your videos as we were like talking over Skype, and I did it along with you when the fucking intro came in.
That blows my mind.
She's like, "You're such a fucking nerd."
My one and only fanboy. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
What's good, YouTube? My name's Voodoolew, and dang.
The thing is, as well, it's you wouldn't know this if you weren't into like video editing or video creation. Like the song I use as the background song to my introductions is Bus Driver. No, it's a song by Bus Driver called Imaginary Places, which is like a hip hop song from like 2002 or something like that.
Mhm.
But the beat drops at a very specific point, and it's like, I don't know, 4 or 5 seconds into the song. So if I don't say the name of the song at the right time, the drop in the background music won't kick in when I say the name. So like I've crafted the introduction to be, well, that's good, YouTube. My name is Voodoolew, and today is the perfect amount of time to take up the introduction of the song, so that when I say the name of the song, it will drop into dum dum dum.
This is why I fucking love your
Nice.
shit. There's so much fucking work behind the scenes, and I know just by watching it that there's so much passion and like proper creativity going on behind it. And just seeing your channel size, it's just like
Yeah.
I was telling my friend Josh.
I think I should have a few more.
I feel like you should. Honestly, I say it every time. I feel like this guy should be 15,000 times the size he is now.
I'd take at least 1,000, you know?
No. I feel like there is people...
That'll do.
There's people with 25 million subscribers that don't make videos like you make videos.
Well, like
that's
Jacksepticeye.
Yeah, that exactly.
Videos anymore.
Yeah, that's exactly my thing. Is that he doesn't even edit his own videos, which makes sense.
That makes me very salty because
hard,
he doesn't cut fuck all out.
Yeah,
he'll play a video game and it's like
3.5 hours
walking around lost.
Yeah, I remember watching fucking Last of Us 2, and it's just like, oh, look at this building. I'm like, play the fucking game.
Yeah, there's certain things that you really just don't, unless it's a walkthrough, you do not need it in your video.
Yeah,
if you're doing gameplay.
But people watch it because
I remember I used to watch his videos back in the day, and I was like, oh yeah, beautiful. These are fun videos. Then as soon as he got an editor, I was like, his videos have suddenly shot up to like being an hour and a half long. What's going on here? And then I stopped watching.
I'm wondering how much he pays Robin, his editor, to edit nothing.
But the thing is, if you're editing someone else's shit, you're not going to know what to cut out, you know? Mm-hmm. So, like, I recently watched one of his videos again. I dove back in. I was like, let's see how he's doing. This extremely rich man. Let's see how he's getting on. And, like, he was playing Super Mario 64. And I swear to God, he spent the first 20 minutes outside of the castle running around. And I was like, this does not need to be here. Like, whether you played the game before or not, you can at least cut him. Oh, look at me triple jump. You know, you can cut that out. We don't need that there, Jack. You know?
Your fucking impersonation.
That's literally what he was saying. And I was like, I mean, no shade thrown towards him. I mean, he's made his millions. You know what I mean? Like, he obviously knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
I think the point when he stopped editing his own videos was when a bit of the
actual
passion was gone out of
the
it.
Personality is like
the personality. Yeah, that's the word I was. Well, yeah, it's not really. It's him, but it's not him showing his stuff. Someone else trimming down, and they seem a bit scared to trim out some of the fat. You know what I mean? That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's one thing that I don't think I ever want if I ever get like really big is that honestly the funny part is there's not a single person in this community, regardless if it goes from me to fucking Expo, who's over 2 million subscribers and he does deep dives and shit. He edits all of his shit. It's why it takes so long for it to come out. But when it does, it's awesome.
But that's the point, though. Of making YouTube videos. It's your shit. That's the point. I always thought.
I feel like Jacksepticeye is like, I never want. This is a job, but it isn't a job, and at that point, the way you're doing it is starting to make it seem more like a job, not to you, but to everybody else. It's starting to look like it's not enjoyable enough for you anymore to continuously do it.
He started doing so many other things on the side. Like, he started touring, didn't he, as well? So I can see why he needs an editor, but I think maybe the editor could be a bit more liberal, cutting out some of the dead air.
Corpse.
It'd be like a narrator leaving in like breathing. You know what I mean? When you're like between things, it's like leaving that in. It's like, why is that there? I don't need to hear that. Like, you know?
It cuts out right after the breath. Just and anyway.
Yeah, it's like you don't need to leave that in there. It's fine. We can survive without it. It's fine. But I'm not gonna preach on another man's channel. But in my opinion, I think he lost his way.
Yeah, I do feel it. Like, there's some times where I'll sit there and I do really enjoy like his new stuff. It depends on the game that he plays now.
Depends how much time I have to watch it.
Yeah. Well, when I was off of work is when he played Last of Us 2. So I was just able to sit there and watch all of it. No matter like how frustrating it fucking got for him to look at a plant and be like, look walking at the in circles.
Look at the leaves.
Look at the leaves. Oh my god. Holy Jesus, look at the leaves. Oh my god.
Yeah, he doesn't even do the same intro anymore, does he? He doesn't.
He doesn't do it anymore.
Top of the morning.
No, and that was like his staple. He doesn't do it anymore.
Sacrilegious. That's what that is.
Sacrilege.
We seem to have derailed slightly, boys.
There's never a rail to begin with. I said this last time.
To be fair, we're basically just all sat in a little trolley going down a hill, I guess, together.
Yeah, there's never been no rail. There's never been an episode where we had a structure. It's
all in a shopping cart bombing towards. inevitable.
That's pretty much how it goes every week. It's just it depends on the guest, I guess, because like with you, I already know so much in my head about you without even having to research anything. Every single thing
you probably know more about me than I know about me.
Like
so
everything that I have asked or anything I have said about you is not written down. There is not a notepad in front of me. My intro wasn't scripted. Everything that I said so far has been off the top of my head because that's how much I watch your videos. So
it's the same for me. I'm just sat here waffling. Like I said, I cut a lot of waffle out my video. This is why I don't live stream. You know?
I mean, you could benefit from it. It feels like you could just play a game without having to.
No, if I did it for YouTube, they can't even give me donations. So
you could put in a Streamlabs link actually.
Oh, can you do that?
Yeah, Streamlabs.
I mean, I was just being sarcastic.
No, yeah, you could. That's what I did for a little bit before super chats and stuff. Honestly, I still prefer anything
I genuinely don't
super
think anyone would
because
stick around because
super chats take like a month to go in.
Do they?
Yeah. I
mean, I know nothing about any monetization on YouTube anymore.
Oh, that was one thing that
yeah, there we go.
We forgot.
There's the segue.
Yeah, forgot about that one. So you had asked, what was it again? Like, what is the monetization like?
Oh shit, yeah, in the sound check, yeah, like what? Because you've passed 1,000 subscribers recently,
right?
Well done, and also 2,000, very well done. What is the income like on a channel of that size? So I can prepare myself if it was to ever happen to me.
Let me break it down for you. If you're going straight off of ad revenue at the moment, probably I think I'm up to 25 a month.
What? 25 what?
A month. $25 a month.
Cents or dollars?
Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say,
25
cents. I was like, whoa.
25 Jewish shekels. So,
I mean, to be fair, I'd take that. Yeah.
I take some shekels. So,
I mean, thanks to you and some other person who I've never spoken to in my life, I make $2 a month, which after conversion and tax turns out to be £1.75.
Yeah.
If anyone was curious.
So
25 shekels, whatever you call them. I'll take it.
I'll take it. I don't know what it is, but I'll fucking take it. So this is how it works. Ad revenue, basically slim to none. Super chats, if you get a lot of them, they could be beneficial. But super
Is that
chats,
because you do premieres?
no, super chats are basically in your live chats. Someone can pay to get their any amount they want from $1 to whatever to get their message basically in gigantic colored boxes. So it basically
you can do that on a premiere as well, because doesn't it technically live stream the premiere the first time?
No, you could do that, but it's mainly used for live streams, and you can't get super chats unless you're over a certain amount. I think you get super chats after 1,000 at some point.
Okay.
You had to be monetized. I couldn't do them until I hit my 4K hours.
Yeah, so you have to be monetized at that point. Yep. You get the community tab after 1,000 subscribers, which you could just give member links or send pictures of a thumbnail, a sneak peek or something, or just be like, "Hey, I'm dying. I can't upload right now."
That would be so helpful to have a community tab.
Yeah, it
all
really
I have
works.
Is Twitter.
Yeah,
and
not
no
everybody
one from
likes
YouTube
it.
Follows me on Twitter.
Yeah, not everybody likes Twitter. So YouTube community is basically just this system. Hey, I'm updating everybody that watches my videos. It's honestly one of the only fucking thing on YouTube that really works and isn't a shithole of a fucking part of the.
Yeah. And you can do stories and stuff as well. Yeah.
You need to be over 10,000 to get stories.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Not the bed this time. Fuck me.
Fuck me. Not in the bed. Fucking on the table or a fucking
Leave
bed
the
of
bed out
nails.
of this, okay?
But not a fucking cushion. Not the cushion. Not the Tempur-Pedic. Not today.
That's ludicrous, man.
Yeah. And
if you have access to the community, you should be able to do stories. Bang, easy peasy.
Yeah. All we got is you could do polls for hey, would you prefer what I did one last week? Would you prefer true scary stories or over fake stuff? And that they will vote on that. Or you post a picture like I do every time a new video is going to come out. I post the thumbnail
my dog.
before. Yeah, pretty much. You post. I post thumbnails before they go up. Basically, just give a sneak peek. Yesterday, I posted a thing hey, I know I've been exhausted, but You think I wasn't planning for Halloween? Because I'm fucking planning for Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, Halloween must be like fucking Christmas for you, dark narrators.
Oh my god.
Horror narrators.
Wait, am I?
You're the leader. Yeah, you are.
You're the leader. Yeah.
I'm apparently the fucking leader.
I was gonna say dark narrators, but then I realized that's just your name, and I was like, "Fuck, I need to spin this around."
You can
Because you do dark stories, ain't it? So I was like, "Oh, like your name's very apt."
You can
But...
if you ever like get mixed up, you can call me TDN or you can call me Dark.
No, I don't get mixed up with your name. It was
Okay.
just the fact that I was talking about dark stories, and it just happened to be your name. But what I meant was, it's very good for horror narrators to be able to.
In a sense, it is, but also it isn't.
Time of year.
Because everybody's looking for those Halloween stories, and there's going to be a point where basically at least 75% are making videos about the same ones, because
Same stories and shit.
There are so many collabs going on for this month too, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like every big channel is doing a collaboration with a bunch of other channels, and it's just it does saturate, like you said.
I only do big collaborations during Christmas. I'll on Christmas Eve every year. I'm gonna the last 2 years I've been able to do it. I get what my current basically group of like close narrators is at that moment in time, and I'll ask them if they want to be in it, and I'll just send them like some really creepy fucking no sleeps or creepypastas or true scary stories based in Christmas, and I'll just send it out.
Is there any particular reason why you do it at Christmas? Is it just because you have the Christmas stories, or is it because everyone's got free time?
Well, when it comes to stuff like that, I don't do it very often. So basically, it's like, hey, here's all my favorite people, and you also like these people. So if I put this out on Christmas Eve, it's like I'm giving you a Christmas present. This is the closest thing I can give you to a Christmas present. Hey, we got Swamp Dweller, who's fucking awesome. Everybody loves him.
He's big, isn't he? Actually?
Yeah.
He's really big.
Yeah, so...
I saw you did a video of him, and I was like, oh, fuck, wait, let's look at his channel. Whoa!
Yeah.
Fair play.
The funny part about the horror community is if you ever, like, continue to delve into it after this podcast, is you'll realize how tight-knit it is. There will be people
does seem that way.
with, like, 100 subscribers being able to talk to people with, like, 10 subscribers.
Yep.
Or what? Yeah, it's or like vice versa, like 5,000, 50,000, a million. Like there was one point where I played fucking Killing Floor with Mr. Creepypasta, which shouldn't happen.
Whoa.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's really cool. And at first I didn't even realize it was him because his name wasn't it in Steam, so I was really confused. And the fact that I can be as close to a friend, have a close friend like Swamp Dweller, it's really weird, and it does something to you. I'm not gonna lie. There is a thing that I realized the other day. I had sent one of my new songs into a rapper who I really appreciate, I really want to be like. And I sent it into him, and he reacted to it on his live stream, and I was just like, eh.
Oh shit. Oh, what? You weren't that impressed by that?
No, I was like, oh, it's cool that he did it.
Been like...
But now I'm talking to him, and I'm just like, it's cool.
By the way, TDN does do some pretty fucking sick raps. By the way, if you're into hip hop, I've got to say,
thank you.
Because I'm a big fan of hip hop.
You are.
I am. Yeah.
I don't think
but
I knew this.
It has to be a certain kind of hip hop rap. You know what I mean? I don't like everything flat out, but yours has got that sort of like, it's kind of like shock rap, but meets, I don't know, like old school rap flow.
So what I consider is I do very aggressive stuff a lot of the time, and then there's boom bap, which is considered like the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, you've got a boom bap flow. I really like.
And then I guess you could say that I sometimes go over trap beats, but I don't do trap songs.
I've got to say your beats are sick on the stuff that you've released. I don't know who the person that made the beats of it.
Well, most of the time it's just some random guy on YouTube, and I'm like, "Hey, can I release your shit?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." But there's been one song which the best beat I think that's ever been in any of my songs was made by my engineer, who does all of my songs, and it was he mixed in Coldplay, a sample of a Coldplay song, and made that the chorus and looped it and added like a shit ton of reverb, and it sounds so fucking awesome. Like it was so cool.
Like to be fair, I remember the first time I listened to one of your songs. This is really weird, right? but I was actually having a shit at work.
I think it's the only way you can listen to my music.
Right. And like I was on Twitter, just scrolling through Twitter, as you do. And like I saw you pop up and you're like, oh, this is a song. And I was like, mate, this is going to be fucking it. So like I listened to it and I was like, yo, that's actually pretty good. Like, do you know what I mean? So you surprised me with the quality of your
I
rap,
wish the story. I wish you just like lied to me. I wish you lied to me just now.
It's so easy to drift into cringe.
I wish you lied to me
just
just
like
now.
rapping.
I really did. I really do. Wish you just lied to me and been like. So
I wasn't actually in the process. I was just sat on the toilet.
I wish like you were sitting on the toilet and you were just like, oh, man, I can't get it. I'm constipated, bro. And then you're just like swiping through. You listen to my song. And you're like, holy shit.
I mean, it's not too far removed from the truth, if that makes you feel better.
That'd be really funny. It's just like, oh my god.
But no, genuinely, like when you like someone that you either know or something like that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I put out a song," and I'm like, "Oh, have you?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm rapping," and I'm like, "Oh, fucking here we go." Okay, yeah. You listen to it.
I know how that. I know how that feels.
Pretend to smile, like, "Yeah, that's really good." Yeah, like when I listened to yours, like I was by myself, obviously. So I could give my genuine reaction. I was in the toilet and I was just like, God damn.
You just hear from the outside.
Like out loud.
Wait, hold on. The way you said it sounded like it came from a stall. Like it echoed a little bit.
Yeah, I leaned away.
Yeah, it sounded like
I'm a professional.
It sounded like it came from a fucking stall. Oh,
but that's genuinely, I was like, damn, that is actually pretty fucking sick. Like, because rapping is one of those things. It can go many different directions, and
everybody
can easily become
everybody
cringy,
can rap, but it doesn't mean everybody should.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But when you do it, it was actually you've got the voice for it. It might be the narration kicking in, but you've got the voice for it.
Thank you. Anime. My girlfriend just put in $6 through Super Chat. Thank you so much.
Oh, that's very sweet.
I love you.
That's like when one of my I knew you said one of my girlfriends. That's like when my girlfriend.
That's like when my girlfriend from last week.
No, that's like when my girlfriend bought one of my hoodies. I was like, well, that's very nice. Like,
that's what I keep fucking forgetting to do.
But
I keep forgetting to buy your merch, and I have the fucking money for it.
Well, there's no obligation, but I just thought it was funny that she bought one of my hoodies, and I was like, well, I'm probably going to use that on food that you're going to eat. So,
Basically, you just bought yourself food. Good job.
You just bought yourself some food, yeah. Well done.
Yeah.
I mean,
but no, it's very nice to be supported. Significant other. Yeah.
Well, now she's your biggest fan at this point. Now I'm sad.
Nah, you'll always be number one.
But she didn't sit there for 6 hours. I bet she didn't sit there for 6 hours and watch your fucking videos.
Yeah, she's not the one binging. She's binging the content.
If your watch time goes up, just know who it is. Me.
It's always been you, mate. Honestly. Except for one video, which is just Shapes and Beats Part 1. Right? Hold on. Let me just quickly check this because I have it open in front of me. I
don't think I even
what that is on at the moment. Just Shapes and Beats, number.
As long as I'm the number one girlfriend, all I'm saying. I like how you're acting like there's another one.
Another who? No, there's never.
No.
Once it fucking loads, there we go. So my Just Shapes and Beats Part 1 has 3,944 views, 15 comments, and 117 likes.
And you just sit back and you're like, why the fuck am I gaming?
There's no other video in this fucking. Well, it's still a game. Just Shapes and Beats is a game, but it's just like, why did that one video do so well?
That's something I'll never
understand. The second part,
understand.
by the way, is at 700. So the drop off is pretty big. But like, yeah, it's just odd that one video. If I go to my analytics, like everything is just that video. And I'm like, I can't even gauge my analytics because everything is just this video from 2019. I don't know. Like June 2019.
Yeah,
with a copyright claim, of course.
That happens a lot. Oh no, it wasn't 308. It was 301. I feel like that was.
That does sound more familiar.
301. YouTube.
Are you googling it?
Yeah, it's 301.
I can hear that mechanical keyboard going in the background.
Fuck you.
Like when we did Fear Free, it was like.
Oh no. No, I told you that I would switch to my silent keyboard because I didn't want to fuck up your video, and I did. But I couldn't actually.
Fear Free, that was a good one.
I think I went on a controller. and that's why it was so hard for me to play.
No,
Fear 3 was a
shit
fucking
game.
mess.
I think that's the problem with
that
the game.
That game was fucking awful. It was fun to play, but it's a terrible game. But I like at the time where it just
Fear
like
3
that.
at all?
I have not played it, but now apparently I need to since it's such a mess.
It's such a fucking garbage game.
It's really, really, really bad.
It's really bad. But we had nothing else to play.
Like Fear 1 and 2 are so good, and
Yeah, I feel
it's
like I've played
it's
the
kind of like
first
Dead
one.
Space. Like Dead Space 1 and 2 are so good, but the third one is just trash.
Yeah, the third. Well, the funny part is that the third one is also fucking multiplayer.
Exactly, that's why we played it. I was just like, well, that's not.
Well, both Dead Space 3 and Fear 3 are both
I'm down to
multiplayer.
clown. Yeah, I mean, maybe we should do Dead Space 3 next. Maybe that's
No, you should get your fucking
Logical
ass
step.
get phasmophobia.
Yeah, to be fair,
Yeah,
I
just
have
get
not played
Phasmophobia
that.
so I can play with you and die every time again.
How many players do you need for Phasmophobia?
I think the total is 4. I think it's 4.
No, what's the minimum, sir?
Oh, 1.
What?
You can just play by
I wasn't
yourself.
expecting that.
Yeah, you can just play by
I
yourself.
wasn't expecting that.
It's
I was
just like-
thinking it was going to be like Among Us, where you're like, oh yeah, I'll just get my 12 friends together and we'll all just play
No,
a game. Like I've got 12 friends
no, you
that
can play
have
just by
access to
yourself.
a PC
Yeah.
and the internet. But yeah, we should do a Phasmophobia. I can't even say it.
Phasmophobia.
Phasmophobia, man. Have you Googled whatever you were Googling, buddy? What were you Googling?
What was I googling? It was the 301.
Oh, was it 301?
It was 301. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Such a random number. Why not 300? YouTube.
Because that extra 1, and they're just like something sus.
Oh,
I
that's
feel
it. It's like,
something's-
oh,
yeah.
he's gone over 300.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's gone over
I mean-
300 in 5 seconds, and he's made a video about FNAF again.
it's strange. There's been 3 adpocalypses since this was in play. But yeah.
Yeah, and I was too small for anything to happen.
And I was trying to farm views myself, and it didn't work out. So that just goes to show.
I just loved it. You probably woke up the next day and you saw it happen.
I was just thinking I was slick, thinking I was slick.
Oh my god.
I wasn't slick.
I definitely was slick. I had to fucking.
I was
love that they
fucked, man. I was like,
demonetized your
shit.
channel, and you're like, I don't even know what.
Literally, mate, like permaban the monetization.
It's fucking amazing.
At the time as well, like anyone could be monetized. You could literally
Right? Yeah, I was making like
record your own
pennies.
feet and put it on YouTube,
Yeah.
and you'd get ads on.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. Yeah, I made like 2 pence or something like that. Like fucking, but no, it
the
didn't
band-
work. No.
Was the ban worth it then?
It was in a way because I had to start again, and I took it
Right.
a bit more seriously the second time.
That's fair.
So,
Well then,
but no, it's going much better now. I'd say the last year I've been taking
you
kind of tell the difference in the videos.
yeah, you have definitely improved. Well, obviously.
Yeah, I can't bear to watch more.
Yeah, I can. I don't really care.
Like pre-green screen, like going back that far, Jesus.
Yeah, the funny part is I got so used to your green screen to where I started getting to the point where there wasn't any more green screen, and I actually started getting a little annoyed. Like,
Whoa, what's this? No green screen?
yeah, no, I got so used to it because I was watching all your videos from like where your recent one was, like, and trying to go like backtrack. So at one point I was just like, oh, this video looks cool, and then I just saw the webcam in the corner with just like your normal background, and I'm just like, I don't understand
There
what's
was a
going on.
point as well where I used a Union Jack flag as the backdrop for that, by the way. And like I made, like Blood, the game Blood, it was recently re-released.
Yeah.
Blood Fresh Supply.
Yes.
I played the original Blood on my channel, and I was foolish enough to post this into the Something Awful forums, and like they fucking tore me apart because I had a Union Jack face cam, and on Something Awful it's just like no face cam let's plays. And they fucking just tore me apart. The video got like 500 views and like something like 200 dislikes or something like that, and then that was on the old channel though.
Thank you,
Pretty
Amy.
hefty
I love
ratio.
you. Amy sent me.
My name's not Amy.
$5. Always.
It's annoying because I can't see this. I can't see this business. I'm just looking at
Are you in the chat?
just a screen.
Are
Could be the issue. Yeah.
Are you in the chat?
No, I'm not in the chat. Of course, I'm not in the chat. I'm
Why
gonna
wouldn't-
look at the
why
chat?
wouldn't
It
you
make me
be?
nervous.
I would just
Make me nervous.
No. What? Nervous about what? Like they're talking shit or something?
No, just I don't know because like now I'm just talking to you, so it's like,
Fucking shit.
Like, you two are easy to deal with. Like, I don't want to think about everyone else.
Just like I'm just like talking you up, and I'm like, dude, you're so fucking great. I love you so much. And everybody, and you go into the chat, you're like, you know what? This is really nice. Let's go see what the chat's like. And then it's just like, who the fuck is this dipshit? Why the fuck would you have him on
British? I was gonna say a really bad word. Like,
yeah, I can get demonetized. Please
but
don't.
In London, there's a heavy usage of the C word. In the
Oh,
South.
cunt.
Oh, well, there we go.
I don't give a shit about that. I've said it on here many a times.
I know, but it's one of those. It's really offensive to say that in the States, isn't it?
Yeah, to people who are a bunch of fucking pussies.
Well, yeah, but isn't that like 50% of the states? I don't know.
Yeah, they can go fuck themselves. They're a bunch of cunts, dude.
Seems that way.
I don't give a fuck.
Fucking... Mate, honestly, like I was taking my mum for a walk through Brighton because that's where I live now, and there was a drunk girl, literally about 12 in the afternoon. There was a drunk girl sat outside a cafe, just like, you fucking cunt. And my mum was like, oh my god. And I was like, because in Birmingham, where I'm originally from,
right,
you don't hear the C word very often, but as soon as you drift south into London, Brighton, that sort of region, it's literally you call your best mate. All right, you can't. This sort of stuff.
It's like a term of endearment type thing.
I have to whip out the southern accent to make it convincing. Yeah. But, and my mom was just like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "Oh, forgotten. You're not."
Gotta say
familiar with
the
C
South, word is literally the single most used word in my friend group. Good, it should be.
It's good. I mean,
it's one of my favorite words.
It's basically just like someone calling someone a twat or calling someone a pussy. It means the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But for some reason, that word is red flagged. I don't know.
I like it.
I love it. I think it's really funny, especially if you say it in an English accent. You fucking cunt. It's just like it's just
do that.
You know what I mean? It really suits it very well. But but you say twat, and we're like, you
twat.
Yeah.
I don't
know what happened there.
Yeah, I just
you
don't
say
use
hat and chat and fat, but twat was just twat. No, okay.
I don't say
an extra
chat.
W in there, people.
I say chat.
You say chat. Yeah. Okay. So say chat.
Chat.
Say hat.
Hat.
Say twat.
Twat. I'm saying it just
in your native tongue, you swine.
Let's hear you, dirty little fucking prick.
You fucking little cunt. Let's see you say twat properly.
Oh my god.
You cheeky geezer.
You cheeky little fucking piece of shit.
All right, we're going a bit Sweeney Todd over here. We need to get this back on track.
I was just going Kingsman, bro. I was just going the fucking people in the pub from Kingsman.
I've never even watched it, but sounds pretty accurate.
Movie. Well, they're in like the slums in the beginning of the movie. So
the slums, eh?
Yeah, so they're just like they're all in like the ghetto, like in like the fucking apartments that cascade like over each other and shit. Like they're all just.
I'm in a block of flats.
Yeah, it's all just like concrete and shit.
Yeah, that's just what apartments look like in the UK.
No, this part of the place though was like it was really scummy.
That's
it's
like
the
UK.
Yeah, it's just a scummy.
That's just what it looks like over here. But, yeah.
I'm going off of what I know from media, bro. I can only get media.
The Bang Center. Trust me. That's what it looks like. But I agree, it's scummy. Yeah, I would agree with it. Unless you're in like the center of a city, that's what it all looks like. Scummy.
I was assuming it's just like parts of an area are okay, parts of an area aren't okay. That's just how it works over here. Like you have similar. A place like, that is just like this place is a shithole, but it's like an uplifted shithole. You know, like it's like it's a turd you put in a dress. Like
yeah. That's basically my hometown in a nutshell, which is the second biggest city in the UK. So yeah, pretty much the whole of the UK.
I'm from New York and I love New York, but New York's a shithole. Are
you from New York?
I am from New York. Yeah.
God damn, didn't know that. That's pretty sick.
Do you
live in New York now? Or...
No, I don't. I live in Pennsylvania, but
where Dracula's from? I don't know.
No, it's Transylvania.
Oh yeah, shit. Oh, Pennsylvania. Are you near Scranton? Are you near Scranton, PA?
I am an hour away from Scranton.
Mate, I love the American Office. That's why I asked. That's the only exposure I've ever had to PA.
I'm surprised you even knew a place like Scranton because it's one of the smallest fucking.
It's only because of the American Office. It's only
Oh yeah, because they're in. Right, I forgot about that.
Scranton, PA, man.
Or I thought you were gonna say like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where they always talk about the Poconos, which is where I live.
Well, Always Sunny starts with Philadelphia, PA. So I knew that was
right. But they always talk about the Poconos, like, oh, you don't go up to the Poconos. It's not as scummy as over here, bro. The Poconos is so fucking shit. I would rather be in Philly. Like, fuck the Poconos, bro.
The Poconos sounds like a magical woods somewhere.
It used to be. It used to be. It used to be. But everybody from New York started coming up here and just started pissing all over the fucking walls. Like, that's what it feels like.
Those New York scum. How dare they?
Yeah, they're fucking scumbags. New Jersey, New York, every one of them comes up here and like they're just like, yeah, I know this is your town, but it's my town now.
Oh,
there's a huge issue with COVID right now. Well, at least when it was like really, really, really bad. Like, it started getting to the point where people from New York, where it was like the most congested fucking state for COVID in the entire fucking country. No, New York.
Oh, I thought you meant literally just the Poconos.
And all of them, they didn't regulate it, so all of them came up here because they didn't want to deal with New York, and they started bringing it up here.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Poconos was the Monroe County, where I am, was the most congested county in the entirety of the state.
Jesus.
Because it's so close to where Washington Bridge is, where they come up from. So they just go right here.
Like, I barely know English geography. American geography is like...
Anything outside of New York and New Jersey,
it's like describing Atlantis to me. I don't know where the fuck we are. But, you know? But Raven, where are you from?
Kansas. So
Kansas.
Kansas. Thanks.
All I know about America is that half of it's named after England, and where I'm from, Birmingham, is in Alabama for some reason. I don't know.
That's weird.
And also in English, if you were curious, it's Birmingham, not Birmingham.
Listen, we don't talk about Alabama, right?
Well, no, I fucking hate the place. I've never even been there, but, you know.
You probably would.
I probably hate it. Well, to be fair, I'll probably blend right in. I'm white, so it's fine. But
it's a shithole with cows. That's pretty much it.
I mean,
it's not top of my list of places to go. I'd rather go Vegas.
No, you fucking wouldn't. No, the fuck you. Oh my god, you talk about shit. Talk about shit.
I like a bit of high class. Like,
there's no high class about. There's no high class about. There's no high class about Vegas. No.
But you gotta realize where I'm from. Very scummy. Yeah, so even the lights are an improvement.
No, you go anywhere in the U.S., it's gonna be like, I'm sitting in a shithole right now. I know for a fact, no matter where I go in California, it's gonna be a shithole. It's just gonna be a shithole with more celebrities.
I have been to California actually, but you know. I did
So you've been to LA?
A road trip. Yeah. Well, no, I went to San Francisco. Then we rented a Ford
That's
Mustang,
why you didn't see shit, because you went from San Francisco
down to LA and then into.
If you stepped out of your car into LA, you would want to immediately melt your face off.
I'm not going to step out of a moving car, my friend.
No, you should, because that's the only way you'll be able to get through LA and not feel like a fucking piece of garbage.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did feel that way. It took all of my money.
You drive through and it takes the money. It siphons it out of your fucking...
It's so stupid as well. Like, I've always wanted to shoot a gun, but obviously you can't get a gun in the UK. And we went to America and I never went to a shooting range for some reason. Don't know why.
Yo, come down here. We'll take you to a shooting range.
Oh, yeah, I'll just pop over, shall I?
Yeah, just pop over, bro. Just come down.
In the middle of COVID, I'll just swing by.
Bro, there is a fucking gun range, like, around the corner from us.
Of course there is. There's a gun range every, 4 feet in America.
Yeah, but the funny part is it's not regulated. There's no security.
Oh, that's the funny part. Yeah.
There's no security. That's it. People just bring guns. They just bring guns. Like, that's
just
it.
A fucking free for all over there. That's the funny part.
It is.
There's no security.
Yeah. Oh, it's so.
Oh god. I don't know how we've wound up down this road, but yeah, I would like to come back to America at some point. But I do want to go to Vegas just to. Because my friend went to Vegas, and he's an absolute animal. Like, he's an arsehole, and he gets far too drunk. And a bouncer apparently grabbed him.
Sense.
Of course, you know. But we all have nice teeth, actually. That's the stereotype you got wrong. But
I never said anything about your fucking chompers, bro.
That's the stereotype that exists, and you know it is. That and teeth.
I've never really. I've never really met a person that
was
actually.
At one point, I don't know.
Well, not now. I don't. At least not that I know of.
I'm not keeping up with your stereotypes of me. I don't.
I was gonna say I know of the stereotype, dude. Come on.
I know of the stereotype. I'm just saying I never really heard it from another person physically. It's always just been like in media or something.
Well, I was just clearing it up.
I've never really heard somebody say that that's what they thought British. There's a lot of shit that people don't know about like Britain that I was really weirded out about that I just got from watching shit like the Cornetto trilogy or like stuff like Kingsman. I don't know anything off the top of my head.
Piece by piece. Let's go. Useless, man. You're hosting the podcast.
I really don't know anything off the top of my head, but I do remember like points or like, wait, what do you mean you don't fucking know? Yeah, they think you're all like fucking fighting for yourselves over there. Like it's the same. It's shit everywhere. Just fucking think about it. They think you're in a whole fucking a different planet. Like.
To be fair, it is very weird over here because if you go like 2 miles, the accent will completely change. So it is a bit strange. But
yeah, go down the road and you won't be able to talk to anybody.
it's
the same thing over here, bro.
Like, it's very strange.
It's the same thing over here. There's so much. The thing is, though, like in America,
isn't it sort of like you're like, yeah, I drove 7 hours to get to them. Yeah, it's no problem. Over here, we're like, if you drove 7 hours, you'd be in the sea. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah, you could get to Scotland and beyond in 7 hours.
No, you go down the road and there's someone who talks completely different than I do.
Yeah.
It's a fucking. It's not though because I'm trying to talk to this random person. He's like, "Y'all, man, you don't fucking. You shouldn't talk to me. You won't fucking." And you saying I was down the road. I live in a fucking place that everything is congested between New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania.
Like Alabama. Are you in Alabama?
No, the fuck it doesn't because Alabama be like, "Can't hear to me, you're talking to me."
That's pretty much exactly what I heard previously. But
that's not because the other one is a rapper.
It's all alien to me, man. Well, yeah, to be fair, maybe it's just that's what it is.
One of them's a sheep farmer, the other one is a fucking SoundCloud rapper.
One and the same, sir. They call him MC Shepherd. But what I was saying originally was my friend, who's an arsehole, went to Las Vegas and a bouncer grabbed him because he was too drunk and he was like, if you don't want to wake up in the desert with a slit throat, you need to fuck off right.
Oh my god!
And I was like, I want that shit around me. That's I like that. I don't know. That's
I like when people threaten me.
Yeah, threaten me if I get too out of line. That's cool, man.
Hey, if I get out of line, just like
if I'm in like a Vegas casino, like I don't know, like proper fear and loathing shit. I don't know.
There's a lot of places you can go besides Vegas to get stabbed for no fucking reason.
Mate,
LA is one of them.
We don't have guns, my friend. We get stabbed for fun over here. It's the only weapon we can have. So
nah, bro, these people will just fucking they'll take a toenail clipping and find a way to kill you. Like they don't care.
Even I'm armed technically in the UK with a knife.
Hey, you little prick! I'm armed. Just fucking takes out a
fucking flick knife in my pocket, you dick. Fucking Sweeney Todd's alive again.
Hold on, let me take it out.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a guy in the UK that's like that?
By Vegas.
He has like a butterfly knife, and he can't but he can't flick it out.
So they're tricky.
And it's the only thing. It's the only thing he's got. Like this is before like you guys could have butterfly.
Have you ever flicked the butterfly knife? It's like a whole dance, man. It's like crazy.
But I'm saying like no guns, butterfly knives. It'd be really funny. Like, oh come on, let's go. Oh shit! I cut my fucking finger off.
Have you ever watched Rebel Without a Cause? Basically, that bit in the fucking observatory or whatever it is, that's what it's like in the UK instead of gun violence.
I love how you asked me if I watched it.
Circling around each other.
I love how you asked me if I watched it.
No one's going to do anything, but if we do... Ooh.
And you didn't... You asked me if I watched it and then didn't wait for confirmation and then just went
Everyone's seen that fucking film.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
You've never seen Rebel Without a Cause?
No!
Have you seen Rebel Without a Cause?
No.
What the fuck? You don't watch James Dean films? He's only made 3 and he died? Are you mad? He's one of your fucking icons. Are you mad?
No. Okay, that's a fucking stereotype, you prick.
Yep.
Well,
we all just fucking sit here watching James Dean jacking off to it or some fucking shit.
I didn't say you had to jack off, man. I just said you had to.
How the fuck do I know? I don't keep up with your fucking stereotypes.
Jesus.
It's called wanking in the UK. But
well, the funny part is you knew what I meant, so it doesn't matter.
It's fine. But no, like as if you've never seen fucking the knife fight in Rebel Without a Cause. Jeez.
No, I've never seen Rebel Without a Cause.
We're all more fucking American than you do, aren't we?
Oh, obviously, I don't fucking like this place. You can come here if you want.
It's Tuesday. I don't want to go there.
Yeah, come here and deal with Trump. Go ahead.
To America. I don't want to go there, especially right now. Are you crazy?
Yeah, but I don't fucking blame you.
I'll go in the middle of a pandemic and a civil war. That's the best time to go. Yeah, no problem. I'll wait till it calms down a smidge.
The idea that you're just sitting in your flat, and you're just fucking sitting,
just waiting for the perfect time.
You're just sitting there in your flat, and you're just like thinking about like America, and all of a sudden, like it peers into your head. You just see all just modern people running around with fucking muskets.
Not muskets, mate.
Like
Modern day civil war.
No, bro, no. It'll be even funnier if we're all running around with fucking muskets.
I mean, it would save some lives. The reload time on those is preposterous.
Oh my god.
Look, if you want the true American experience, you have to come over during a pandemic and civil war. It's just how it works.
That is true.
I wanted to ask you about this because I haven't talked to anybody really outside of the U.S. during the pandemic, really.
Why would you? Yeah.
Besides, like, one other person. I don't think I got to ask her that, though.
What's that, then?
What is it like with the whole mask thing? Because we have Karens. We have people who are literally punching people in the face over it.
Like, we have Karens, but where I live in Brighton's a pretty forward-thinking place. It's like the gay capital of the UK, so there's not a lot of sort of prejudice knocking around.
Well, obviously,
I mean,
PewDiePie
obviously,
moved
there's exactly like there's arseholes everywhere, but when it comes to the grand scheme of things, it's a pretty accepting, pretty forward-thinking place. It's also like the greenest city in the UK because of recycling and all that sort of stuff. So it's a pretty standard place. I know that in the UK there are a lot of people kicking off about masks, but at the same time, I'm just like, fuck, bro, just stick it on your face and go in. It's not really. But in Brighton, it doesn't seem to be that big issue. We do have the odd Karen. It's everywhere. I think if you were to go more north in the UK, like recently in the north of the UK, it's gone on to high-level threat or some shit. So basically, Liverpool is actually the only city that was affected by this for some reason. I don't know what they're up to, but basically, it's like
just running around naked and just slapping each other.
You can't even go around to see your mate anymore. Like, you can't share a garden with someone, apparently, or a yard.
They're just all naked, just like body slamming each other.
Yeah, apparently it's wild in Liverpool. I don't know what they're up to.
Just riots every day.
They're just going mad. Manchester as well. They've got Oasis playing, and they're just going mental. Right, I don't know what they're up to up there, but
that's all. They just have the Beatles playing. That's it.
The north of England has become like a high risk zone for some reason. I'm not sure why, but apparently they're all just fucking getting it on. I don't know what they're doing, but. In the south of England is actually where it's the best, which is where I live. So no one's really that bothered about masks. But I do have a friend from Birmingham, where I'm from, who lives in Wales. Technically a different country, but part of the United Kingdom. And they've just started kicking off wearing masks full time in public in Wales. And he's like, this is fucking getting out of control. I'm like, mate, you're like well behind the rest of the world. You're like New Zealand.
Just started?
Like, no one, yeah. There's been barely any cases of COVID in Wales, just because it, like, basically, as soon as it kicked off, they just shut the borders to England. I'm like, fuck off, you English. And then, like, that was it. Like,
COVID's finally, like, weaning out. COVID's finally, like, weaning out. And then, like, the first week that it's, like, really starting to get better, Wales just like, I can't fucking take it anymore.
Well, here's the thing, like, Wales and Scotland both hate the English. So they're, like, attached to us, and we share a government, but they fucking hate us. So as soon as COVID kicked off, they were just like, bang, there's no English coming in here. Like, there's English in here now, they're stuck. Like, that's it. Like, you know, like, so they're just catching up now, because I think parts of Wales started getting pretty bad. And where my friend lives is literally fucking arse end of nowhere. It's like in the sticks. And he's just like, oh, now I have to start wearing a fucking mask. I'm like, well, welcome to the game, my friend. Yeah.
I just love the
so
idea
it's a
of
bit
people
weird
not
over
doing
here.
it, and then all of a sudden he has to do it, and he's just confused as to why nobody's wearing them anymore.
Yeah, because he literally lives in the middle of nowhere, so it's just like, it doesn't affect him. He texted me the other day all pissed off, and I'm like, you're from Birmingham, mate. You should be used to being pissed. You know what I mean?
In the fucking UK,
yeah, so it's a bit weird over here. It's a bit weird over here, because it's kind of still happening, but at the same time not happening. I guess it's kind of the same for you. Like people are just like, yeah, whatever, yeah, and then they just go about their business.
People are getting fucking like killed. Like it's bad.
I guess that is the problem with America.
Yeah, it's not just like, hey, this is really fucking annoying. Like I'm getting pissed off over it. No, people are getting like employees are getting the shit kicked out of them because they're told they're telling customers that they can't come in without a mask. So the customer just like flings a fucking rebar at their face for no reason. Yeah,
wild,
it's bad. Man. It's really fucking bad.
It is, yeah.
Like everywhere has bad shit going on, but like we have the top tier dumb people. Like I have never seen such a collection of fucking stupidity than in the last 6 months of America. No, just in America in general.
Yeah. Oh, in America in general.
Yeah. It's just really fucking bad over here right now.
It is.
There's a lot of contention over like police brutality, and then just the whole COVID shit with just people not wanting to conform to how it's supposed to be because of American pride or whatever. And
the whole freedom shit.
Yeah, and then there's just a lot of people.
You're technically on private land, so
it's just
that's the problem.
You know what I mean? It's like, you don't own this store, my friend.
Yeah, it's the funny part about it. And then there's a huge every time there's a new president, it seems that it gets less and less and less likely that you'll be able to talk about who you're voting for without getting stabbed. Like it's gotten to the point where you should just not bring up anything about politics anymore because it's gotten so fucking bad on either side that you should just not.
It's true.
Talk about
like I'm nervous we've drifted into this water myself. Yeah, it's that irate over there.
Yeah, it's really bad. Like if you're going for Biden, don't say it. Don't say it.
Well, like you don't in England. Like if someone asks you, like, "Oh, who did you vote for?" You're like, "Yeah." It's private information. So you'll find out when they win, I guess. I don't know.
It's like, haha, I voted for them the whole time, and if they don't win, you'll never fucking know.
But we are getting closer and closer. We are both being run by a pair of blonde fools. Closer and closer as the day drifts by.
Yeah, but you're fucking. But the person who leads your fucking country didn't stare directly at an eclipse.
He's just a fucking
dumbass.
Idiot, honestly. Like, have you seen that video of him going down the zip line with a helmet on and 2 Union Jack flags in his?
No, I'd just rather not watch. Mate,
you just Google Boris Johnson on a zip line, and I swear to God, mate, it's just ridiculous. He's the most bumbling buffoon I've ever seen in my whole life.
That would be the strangest thing I've Googled this week. I'm good.
And honestly, I think you'll enjoy what you see.
I think you like it.
It's not like when you Google an odd thing and you're like, oh, where could this go? I can guarantee you'll find it. Anyone in the chat as well, definitely Google Boris Johnson zipline.
So,
bring a smile. Imagine Donald Trump on a zipline with a helmet on that doesn't fit, waving 2 American flags, and that's basically what we have.
It's
amazing.
What is your favorite type of video?
Back to the topic.
Yeah. What is your favorite?
What's my favorite type? As in to make or to watch?
Just your favorite type of like games to do, because I know you do 3 random horror games. You do like just single videos of regular horror games, or you do stuff like your nostalgia series where you do like really long, extensive playthroughs cut down into a manageable, consumer based time form. So, what's your favorite type of stuff to do? Because mine for you is the 3 random horror games. I just love. I'm obsessed with those.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd mix. So when it comes to the nostalgia videos or just really big videos in general, those are my favorite to make, because once you've made them, it's done. Mm-hmm. Like, there's the game. Enjoy it if you want. If you don't watch it,
well then fuck off.
The most fun to make is probably 3 random horror games, because you have to share it in 3 different itch.io pages. That gets the most engagement. Yeah. So you get the most random people that you don't know.
So you share your links game was really fun with the developers.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So if I make a 3 random horror games video, I will share the video in all 3 itch.io pages comments with like an actual comment that.
Will you give them like timestamps, like where it is?
I'll say like timestamps in the description.
Right.
I'm not doing all the work.
Yeah.
But
It's like, find it, you fucking bitch. Like,
yeah, so I'll give them like feedback on the actual game, like an actual constructive feedback on what I thought of it, and then post a video in there. Because that does actually get you a lot of traffic, surprisingly.
Yeah.
So it's good for traffic and for engagement, because a lot of people will either respond to the itch.io post, or they'll respond in the video, or the developer will respond on your video and be like, oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for pointing out these bugs.
And you were saying
for playing the game.
in one of the videos that sometimes they'll send you keys.
Well, yeah, I'm on a website called what's it called? Keymailer.io.
So you just like set up a profile or something?
Yeah, you set up a profile and you have to link like your Twitter and your YouTube and stuff. But if you have enough videos and enough coverage, you can actually request games. And if your page has enough coverage and stuff, depending on how they look at it, they'll send you a free key, so you get the game for free. And I've had so many keys that I just haven't played because I'm like, why have you sent me this? This game looks shit. But obviously,
I mean, the funny part about that is that
anything,
you have played some games that I was very questionable about that you still played, and they were fucking.
That would probably be a free key.
Yeah, they were terrible. Yeah. And
but
I watched it because I
love
you.
Website as well called Terminal.io, I think, Terminal Keys. And the only reason I'm a member of that group is because they have Amnesia Rebirth on there.
Ooh.
So I set up a profile to try and get a free key. They have not, as of yet, responded to my request, but we'll see.
I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping for the best.
There's still time. I might be able to get it for free, but God loves a trier. That's what
I think. You're one of the only people who enjoys the PS1 style horror games as much as I do.
Man, I love that.
I fucking love them so much. There's just such a level of like nostalgia, but like proper horror. And there's so much you could do with those things.
The PS1 was my baby.
I fucking love them.
My baby. Like that was the console for me. Like I had a SNES and a Mega Drive or a Genesis, and I had an N64. But when I hit the PS1, I was like, oh, every single game I had on the PS1.
There's just a lot to do in that for horror in that specific like genre of,
the unknown games. And stuff.
Do you remember when there was
really
nothing?
Fully tell what you're looking at. Yeah.
Do you remember when there's nothing on that genre? Like the only one was that weird that
Puppet
green
Combo was the only one.
There was that I remember the first one I remember was the one where you had to play with the arrow keys and you could flip off the fucking ghost. It was like it was like I played it like years ago. I can't fucking remember what it was called, but it was like it was really interesting to me. There was that, and then there was I'm Scared.
I'm Scared, yeah.
I remember that one was like one of the originals.
I wasn't making videos at that point, but I used to watch other YouTubers play that game.
Yeah, I remember those, and it was only till like the last couple of years that those style horror games started coming out. I'm like, fuck yes!
Yeah, it was when Haunted PS1 started doing
their jams. That was the only reason why we even got a surge
shitloads of them. Yeah.
And that's why
And that's when I did that fucking stupid series where I played for all 69 entries.
I'm gonna be honest, I barely watched that one. It was just
mate, that took me so long. Like when I was going in, I was like, yeah, this is a genius idea. Imagine
it was just too much. It was just too much.
It did not work at all. I didn't get barely any traffic, and I had to play through 69 games, some of which
that's your most dedicated viewer being like, I'm gonna be honest.
But I posted every single one in every single game's itch.io page. So like, I was like, yeah, that'll work, you know. But
I think the way you did it recently was better.
I did get some, but
the way you did it recently was way better.
Way too. What did I do recently?
You did the Haunted PS1 jam, but you did it in the 3 random horror games.
Oh, the 3 random horror games. Yeah, that was a much more.
That
was like,
just felt cool. I was like,
I didn't want
it to end.
Look of.
Yeah, I didn't want that to end. I thought it was really fucking cool.
Well, where were you when I was doing 69 of the fucking things?
The way you did it, I didn't like it.
Oh, fair enough.
I just didn't like the format. I like 3 random horror games videos. I think they're just like little bite-sized bits of like my favorite stuff.
I think doing the 3 random horror games one was better because it was games that I had cherry-picked that I thought looked good. So it wasn't like
instead of playing the whole catalog.
Me playing a 10-minute game that's just trash, but still leaving it in out of pure stubbornness.
What was that one that you played in one of the PS1 style 3 random horror games things where it was like really Penumbra like?
Oh, fucking!
That was cool. That's gonna be a full game, right?
Mutated reality or something.
Yeah, something like that, where you were in the
that
mine.
That was amazing.
You were like in the cave or whatever it was, and you were being.
It was basically Penumbra, but it was amazing.
There's gonna be a full game of that, right? Isn't that coming out as like that was just a demo or something?
I did see on the itch. We'll just double check what I'm talking. But it did seem like they were going to make a full-fledged version.
Because
because basically it was just Penumbra with PS1 graphic.
Yeah, and it was
the
really
mutated reality.
It was really well done.
Let's see what they.
Yeah, I think I'm actually looking at it on
I just saw this bit that said, "If the Lord will not listen to us, maybe the devil will." I was like, "Okay, what have I wound up on here?" But it doesn't actually say. But I'm sure I saw somewhere they were going to make a.
I think at the end it's like this is a demo.
Oh, to be continued or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Perfect. That is a really good game if anyone's interested. PS1 style Amnesia gameplay. The mutated. Very. And free.
Nice.
It's crazy how many free games you get on itch.io are actually
Itch is
top
an awesome
tier
platform.
It's just there's a lot of shit.
Don't get me wrong. Whew, there's a lot of shit on there.
There's a lot of garbage.
Any platform where there's free content, there's going to be gems and there's going to be absolute garbage.
Yeah. But it seems lately the gems have been outweighing, especially if you go to like the popular tab, you'll find top tier.
Fair enough.
Because you can go to like the horror hashtag and then popular horror games.
And then
especially for channels like mine. I need free games of video, man. I've got to get them backed up.
So I wanted to ask, because I don't think I did. I was a little indifferent about it. I really enjoyed the series as a whole that you did of it, because I was really excited about it. But what did you think of the Blair Witch game as a whole?
I really enjoyed the Blair Witch because I really like Bloober's games. My favorite one was actually Observer, which has just been remastered, which is an amazing game.
I wasn't able to play.
It starts off as just your bog standard game, but it turns into so much.
Did I tell you that I couldn't actually play it?
How far did you get though?
I got to the part. I think it was the second memory. It was. I don't remember. I think it was right after the tattoo thing.
Oh, mate, I fucking love those memories, man. They blew me away.
No. It wasn't that I didn't like it. It wasn't that my game broke. There was a common bug with the game where you go into this next scene, like right after that one. You walk into the room, and there's like a dream sequence that happens, but you have a 50-50 chance of falling to the floor indefinitely, and it corrupts your save.
What?
Yeah.
What?
And I had played 3 hours of that game up until that point because I was just like fucking fumbling through the whole thing, and I was enjoying it so much. Crazy. And then that happened, and I would have to have restarted it, and I was just not having it, so I just gave up.
Man, that is crazy. Yeah, I had such a good time with that game.
Yeah, I was really disappointed because like, Observer was made by the same people who made Layers of Fear, and I really liked Layers of Fear. Yeah. So I was.
It's a really good game. I'm trying to figure out who the actor was that played the main character, because I have a sneaking suspicion that it's the person who played the enemy out of. Yeah, it is. It's the enemy out of Blade Runner, I think. Who actually? He's a very
well-talented actor.
Rutger Hauer.
But he died. That's the one. Yeah, he died recently.
Oh no.
So
yeah,
but they've also remade Observer. They've remastered the whole game, so if you were to play it again,
I probably will, because
and they've also added side quests and shit as well.
I never really got to get through that game like fleshed out at all, and I was really upset because I was really excited to play it. I really liked the mechanics.
Yeah,
of it.
you really should give it another shot, Dark. I highly recommend. Actually, that's one of the. I mean, I'm with Lou on this one. I love Bloober games too, but that one was really well done. So.
I was really into it. It's just at the time I didn't have a lot of time to make videos because I was working at Walmart like full time. So I was making videos, and I was making that. And I was really excited about doing that series, and I was really enjoying it. And then the third part, it just fell through, and I was really fucking upset. And I was like, "Fuck it, I can't. I just don't have time. I can't restart the whole fucking thing and get to exactly where I was." I was really.
But now you can because
now I can.
It's
probably
remade.
it's probably polished. It's probably like.
So you probably won't fall through the floor this time.
Hopefully not. And that was a common thing that they just never fixed with the original. People
That's
kept
so
getting
crazy. I didn't engage, but to be fair, I bought mine on GOG, so I don't know if that would be different to the Steam version.
No, it's just that it could
usually
happen
more
or
stable.
it just could not happen. Like not everybody got it.
Yeah,
That's
I played it on.
crazy.
I played it on PS4, I think. So, sorry, dirty
I'm
console
always-
peasant here. Jeez.
I'm
Fucking
always
bitch.
good old games though over Steam if it's available.
Right.
It's
I'm right
always
there with you on that.
DRM free, runs much smoother.
Yup.
I'm
And it's just a
surprised.
fucking banging console, banging platform is what I meant to say.
Oh, at this point.
But to be fair, like with GOG, to the star, son, like basically if you download the good old games browser sort of app.
Oh, I
on
love
your
GOG.
computer,
I haven't
and
used
you
it
can
in a
bring
while,
in
but-
all of your Steam games, all of your Epic games, and all of your GOG games into the same library, so you can have all of your games in one library.
You know
Yeah,
what? I'm surprised you didn't know that because you knew the name of the engine that Frictional Games used.
Oh, HLP, yeah.
HPL, and you were like,
Oh, big pardon, yeah. Lovecraft.
and you were like, and I was like, yeah. So the HP Lovecraft engine. You're like, what? I was like, yeah. Their
what are you talking
engine
about,
is
mate?
based off of every game they make is a homage to HP Lovecraft, and that's why they named their engine after HP Lovecraft.
It's one of those crazy things. Like in hindsight, it was so very obvious,
Mm-hmm.
but when I was just going through it without,
I
making
didn't
that
know it at
connection,
first. I
never
didn't know it
noticed.
at first either, but it makes so much sense because every game is Lovecraftian. Like it
Very
makes
much
so
so, yeah.
much sense. Like Amnesia is basically just Dunwich horror, and
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
but
But they-
I got a
they
bike.
do
I got a bike coming in.
storytelling
Hold
so
on
well.
1 second. A bike is about to rip fucking shit.
Again?
Yeah, he just does it
I
whenever there's a
guess-
podcast.
Is that? So you're saying is it's time to wrap it up?
No, it's not. It's
I'm
not time
joking.
to wrap it up. I'm enjoying
Well,
myself.
I was joking. That's what happened. Never mind.
It's just I love that. I love
what
throughout the whole
happened
week.
was I made a joke.
The whole week, no bike. Didn't hear him at all. And then as soon as I want to do something, he exists again. It's like a fucking SCP. I hate him.
I had that with my neighbors. They were doing like renovation upstairs, and as soon as I sat down to record, they were like drilling through the floor. Jesus,
You just see like a fucking hole come through your ceiling, and they're like, "Hey, buddy."
I can't edit that out no matter how hard I try. Jesus,
I can't edit the hole out of my ceiling.
especially if I'm speaking at the same time. I can't.
Sounds like a really
use a
shitty
noise
creepypasta.
canceller or anything.
It's like there's a hole in my ceiling, and I can't edit it out.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
There's a beast trying to get in every time I record.
Every time I sit down for a video, beast.
It seems to be the way. The beast. Have you ever watched? I'm going off topic again, but have you ever watched What We Do in the Shadow?
I've heard of it. That's the show, right?
It's a film and a show.
Oh, okay.
It's, you ever watched Flight of the Conchords at all?
No.
Ah, damn. So basically, Flight of the Conchords is a musical kind of show, but it's very funny, and it's basically based around a band from New Zealand. They come to America and fail, and one of the main characters from that show is in What We Do in the Shadows because it's set in New Zealand, but it's very, very funny. And there's an episode, well, not an episode. There's a part of the film because it is, but there's a part of the film where he's like, the beast has done this to me. You remind the beast is basically his. So it reminded me when you were like, "There's a beast."
There's a beast.
It's very funny. You should watch.
He's sitting over there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you this because you play so many fucking horror games.
I do too many.
What is your favorite horror game of all time? I feel like it's gonna be a Resident Evil or a Silent Hill thing.
It's I don't know. Silent Hill 2, I think.
I kind of
It's probably
figured
my
that's what it
favorite
was gonna
horror
be. Yeah.
But I think that's because it has nostalgic horror. Because the first time I played Silent Hill 2, I was not expecting that because I hadn't played Silent Hill 1 by that point. I found it in a Blockbusters, like pre-owned.
Oh my god,
So,
Blockbuster! I miss
like,
Blockbuster so
so I
much.
played it, and I was just like, "Oh, well, this will probably be pretty cool."
I'd
And I
give
played
I'd
it,
give
and
my
blew
fucking
my
left
tits
leg
off.
just to wheel myself into a Blockbuster and just breathe in the air. Like
That's where I got BioShock from as well. First time I ever heard of or played BioShock was I just saw it in the used section, and it was a collector's edition, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll take it." 20 quid, probably like
Nice.
$22 or something. So I took it and I played it, and I was like, "Fucking hell, what is this
BioShock
game?"
is amazing.
Like, you know?
That's definitely in my top 5. BioShock is definitely in my top 5. I think my favorite game and my favorite horror game ever made are the same. It's got to be Soma. I honestly I've never played a game that had a story that fucked with me so hard emotionally. Like
it is a bit of a
every
a
5
roller
seconds
coaster
you
of
think
emotions.
that you're inside of you're doing something that you're actually not doing, or you are something that you aren't. And it keeps the fucked up part is that it keeps telling you what's actually happening, and you and the
But
character
you
are
just don't
oblivious
notice
of it.
Yeah.
Every single second, they're slapping you in the face with the reality of your situation, and you never really actually sit with it until the final 30 seconds of the true ending of the game.
It's so true. Like, it's literally everywhere you look. in
Yeah,
that game,
every
the
single
truth
second
is
they're
blatantly
telling you, they're punching you in the fucking face with it, and you don't get it until it's already too late. At the last 30 seconds of the game, you're just like, "Oh my god, why the fuck didn't I?" This was happening the whole time, and I didn't even realize it. Oh my god.
Yeah, I think Soma's one of the best examples of first-person storytelling that I've ever experienced.
Oh
A
my
lot of people would
God.
say Half-Life, which is true, but
Yeah,
I think
I
Soma
think so,
tells
too.
a better story, if you know what I mean, and tells it better.
Soma just has one of the best stories that I've ever played.
It's
in a
such
video
a good
game.
story. Crazy. It
Period.
makes such a good film.
I honestly, there's like times where I get why someone doesn't like a game because of certain things. If you don't like Soma, you can go fuck yourself. Like, for real. Like, I don't give a
Or
shit
at least the story.
about your if you don't recognize how much work was put into Soma as a whole and the story as well, I can't talk to you. Like,
It's so crazy as well, because it's probably their least popular game.
It is one of their most. Penumbra Requiem has more fucking downloads than Soma. Like, I'm so confused. And it was the most work they put into a game ever. It had more money and work and time put into it than fucking Amnesia did. Amnesia took 2 years to develop. Fucking Soma took 5.
Oh my god, I didn't know.
Think about this. The only game in between Amnesia and Soma was Machine for Pigs, and we know exactly how that went.
Like, that wasn't made by them, was it?
No, it wasn't. But they released it as just like a thing that a part of the actual canon, which I don't fucking know why they did that. Amnesia Justine was just fine. I don't understand why they did anything else.
Never played Justine.
Justine was really good. Compared to Machine for Pigs, no. But the only game in between, Amnesia and Soma was Machine for Pigs. So the entire time, they actually started developing the story for Soma before they finished Amnesia.
Really?
So you can track, I think, Soma's actual story development from the beginning of like 2009 all the way up until late 2014. So that has the most work put into their games, period.
Crazy. That is great. To be fair, it does show, but you just have to stick with it.
Yeah,
if you play it for
it does.
20 minutes, you're going to be like, what the fuck is this? But you need to get at least halfway through to really
It's a really
appreciate
good game. Rebirth is probably going to be on par with Soma for me. I feel that
so.
Rebirth is probably going to top Soma in some way, and I'm not
From
prepared
what
for
I've-
it because
from what
nothing
I've
has ever
read,
knocked
I
it
think
off
they've
its
put
pillar.
the same storytelling effort in, so I think close.
Yeah, I'm really excited for Rebirth. What game that I think this is where we're going to tie it up because we are getting like 2 hours.
Yeah, we have gone a while. We joked about that earlier.
Yeah,
didn't we?
yeah. So I'm going to ask you this one because it's I know you're really into games. So, what game that's coming out are you the most excited for, and why? Because there's a lot. There's a lot coming out soon.
There's 2 that top my list. One is Rebirth, which is coming out in like 2 days, so
Yeah.
I would consider that pretty. But the other one is Resident Evil 8.
Oh my
And I
god.
think that's because I actually recently did another Resident Evil video, which is coming out tomorrow, I think, which is Resident Evil 3, which I might have mentioned earlier. But in the introduction to that video, I recap all of the Resident Evil games I've played on the channel, which is 1 remake, 2 remake, now 3 remake, 4, 7, Viva, and Gaiden. So I've played quite a lot of them on the channel. So I'm a big fan of the Resident Evil series. And when I first played 7, it blew me away. The
7
first half
is
of that game
so
was
fucking
incredible.
good. I was a little bit like apprehensive, but because at first it kind of felt like they were just copping out and realizing that PT wasn't delivered, so they're going to try to make something that was really close, and that's what it felt like at first. But the more you get into the game, the more the Resident Evil sense starts to pop out. It
was so like Resident Evil.
Like out of nowhere.
I mean, when you hit the ship, it's all downhill from there, but the first half of that game is
it starts to really like you got to get the spider key to go to this door, and it just starts flashing back to like Resident Evil 4 and shit, and you're like, oh my god, it was Resident Evil from the start, and I didn't even fucking realize it. Like,
and I think it transitioned really well into first person.
It made you so oblivious to the fact that it was Resident Evil the whole time.
Yeah.
But until it started becoming very, very apparent that it was Resident Evil.
And we get to see what happens, because it's the same characters. It's Ethan and Mia and Chris again. So
yeah,
it's very good to see what they do with the
fucking
story.
Resident Evil 8 trailer actually kind of like fucked me up a little bit. Because
they've gone back to old Chris as well. I was so confused. But...
Yeah, and then in the trailer, this is not a spoiler because it's the fucking trailer, but he shoots Mia in the fucking head. Like,
I was gonna say I couldn't tell if that was Mia or not. I'm still undecided.
Because
is it actually Mia?
Yeah, and the fucking scream that comes out of Ethan is just so well done that it makes you feel hurt. Like, he's just like, why? And I'm like, oh my god.
Do you want to hear something interesting though? You know Resident Evil 3 Remake? Did you play that?
I didn't play it, but I watched you play it.
Fair enough. Yeah, the voice actor that played Carlos in that game is the voice actor that does Chris in 8, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it should be interesting to see if you can shake off
I ask
Carlos.
What the
fuck
happened but with Carlos in the demo? Why did he look like that?
I don't remember. In the demo, I don't remember.
The demo, he looked fucking so stupid.
I can't remember. I genuinely can't remember what he even looked like. Because I played it with the original skins on, because I pre-ordered it. So it didn't even look like actual Carlos. It's like OG Carlos the whole way through.
Because Carlos had like this weird fucking poofed out hair the whole time.
Yeah.
And it was all like you could see each individual strand, and it was so fucking gross looking.
Yeah, so that's what he should have looked like. But when I did my playthrough, I had him on the old school skin. So that's why
I think I would have preferred that.
Yeah, that's why I played through. I was like, fuck that. Yeah.
I wasn't really, from what I saw, I wasn't really a fan of the remake for Resident Evil 3.
It was a really good game, but they got away with charging so much for it because they bundled in Resistance, whereas I would have rather had just Resident Evil 3 at like $25. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense to me.
I mean, wasn't Resident Evil 2 like full price as well?
Was it what?
Wasn't Resident Evil 2 remake full price?
Yeah, but that was a much bigger game. You had 2 scenarios.
It was also
then you had
better.
all the unlockable scenarios. Resident Evil 3 is just different, difficult.
Oh yeah, the fucking How do you make Nemesis even more of a cock than he was in the original? Just make him be able to blast through safe room walls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking what?
To be fair, though, I did really enjoy my time with RE3, but it was definitely overpriced.
I am super excited to see you play Resident Evil 8. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna watch anybody play it. I'm gonna wait for you to play it. So just know that I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna wait. The same thing for Rebirth. I'm not gonna watch anything on that game.
I don't have a PS5.
Anything. Well, isn't 8 coming out for PS4?
I can't remember.
Because I know I thought Spider-Man Miles Morales was only coming out for PS5, but apparently I was able to pre-order for PS4. So
yeah, it's because
so if it comes out on PS4,
Sony realized what they were doing finally with that. Microsoft's doing that too, where everything that comes out for the next console is coming out backwards compatible.
Yeah, it's going to be a
be.
while before they stop releasing games for PS4.
Yeah.
That's how it usually
Okay, that's
goes.
good. I'll play it on PS4 then. Sweet.
I'm super excited for that.
Because I'm not going to have a PS5 for a while, my friend.
Well, you don't think they're going to release it on PC? Are they not going to release it on PC?
Well, they probably will, yeah. But I don't know if my PC can handle it. It's
Probably
dying slowly.
Well, you should be good with Rebirth, though. Because that's still on the...
I hope so.
It's still on the third generation HPL engine, which
I mean,
was
yeah,
for
Soma
Soma,
was
so
okay, so we should be fine.
All right, that's where we're going to wrap it up. This has been the longest podcast we've ever had. And honestly, I don't know how
sorry. I need to cut in here and say that apparently the PS4 and Xbox One versions were canceled.
Oh,
for Resident Evil 8?
Yes.
Fuck! Why?
Performance issues. They couldn't get it to run, apparently.
oh, that sounds good for my PC.
I have to wait so long to see Lou play it.
Sorry, I didn't mean
I'll
to
do my best.
kill
I'll
you
do
on
my
that
best.
one, but I saw that and I'm like, oh no.
No, it's better to be disappointed now.
I'll buy you a new graphics card. Please.
Yeah, I'll upgrade my PC at some point. It's fine.
Well, it's coming out in 2021, right? You got time.
I've got a bit of time. Christmas is coming.
Yeah, you got time. So, this is one of my favorite podcasts I've ever made, ever, period. I'm sorry for anybody who has been on the podcast before and is listening and is like, oh, I get the show. But I'm sorry, but this podcast, the way it happened it means a lot to me. The fact that it was able to happen at all it means the world to me. So, I want you guys, please, even if you don't watch gaming videos, please just go support Voodoolew on his channel. He has a Twitter down in the description. He also has his merch that I put down in the description. What else did I put down? I also put down his Discord in there. So go join his Discord. Make that shit poppin'. Fucking
Thank you very much.
go down there.
I've
Buy his mug. Buy his
never done a
fucking
podcast
shit.
before.
I'm
glad this was my first one.
It was really fun. As always, like I said, all of the links to everybody's stuff is down in the description. His merch, his Discord, his Twitter, his YouTube. Go subscribe. Give him so much fucking love. Watch his stuff because it's amazing. As well as my co-host Raven, his Twitter and his YouTube are also down in the description. Go check him out. He's also fucking awesome. Next week I think we have Horror by Numbers on next week. So that's going to be really, really fun. I think we have him. No, next week we have Vidith. Vidith is going to be really fun. I'm really excited.
There we go.
We have Horror by Numbers after that, and the following week we don't have anybody, but the next week after that, this is a debut for everybody. Most of you guys who watch me know that I used to be on a podcast called Deadline Podcast. That man is going to be on the podcast on the 15th of next month. So I'm really, really excited for that.
Nice.
It's been a long time since I've actually done a podcast with him.
I didn't even know that, so nice.
Yeah, no, I wanted to say it here as like because I know a lot of people miss us being on a podcast together. So, yeah. If there's anything you got, Lou, that you would like to plug, go right ahead.
Just my YouTube channel, I guess, but just very happy to have been invited on board for this episode. Thank you for anyone who listened.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining, man. Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having me. Yeah, that's...
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me, us.
It's okay. I don't mind having you anytime. Thank you for having me.
I meant to say thank you for being here, but for some reason I'm used to saying thank you for having me. So
That's fine. Anyway.
Anyway.
I appreciated it either way.
Of course.
Raven, is there anything you would like to say before we head out here?
No, just thank you for everyone that decided to stick around and watch this.
Thank you for all the donations. If I missed any, I'm very sorry.
You missed mine, but
I'm
that's
sorry.
Okay.
I was really into the conversation.
It's okay. This was fun. 2 hours was a really long podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize
You guys,
that was right.
we filled it pretty well, so I'm happy. We're good.
Yeah.
A lot of waffle, but good waffle.
That's this whole podcast, dude.
Yeah. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in this week. Next week we have Vidith on for our podcast, so please tune in for that. It's probably going to be around somewhere between 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. Whatever he decides, it's probably going to be around like 4. We have all of our links down in the description. If you want to go check us out on any of the other platforms. We got Spotify, we got Anchor, we got Google, we got Apple, and we also have a support button down there if you want to go check that out. You don't have to, but you can if you want to, if you have the money to spare. We really appreciate it. As always, I've been TDN Horror Stories. This is the Darknest Podcast, and we'll see you guys